rate equals the results. Now let's get those results growing for your business. Radio's here now more than ever, and iHeart's leading the way. Think radio can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, podcasting, and radio, where the reach is real. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com. Or call 844-844-iHeart. One more time, just call 844-844-iHeart and get radio working for you.
Once you're $1,000 richer after you win bonus bucks, you'll have to decide on whether you'll tell everybody or keep it to yourself. The winning happens every weekday, right here.
And $1,000 on ESPN Asheville. Is your truck
$1,000.
crumbling? Leonard Truck Outfitters, the largest truck outfitters in the Southeast, supercharges your gear. Rugged bedliners, hardcore truck accessories, top quality trailers, and sheds built to last. With over 100 locations and years of experience, visit LeonardUSA.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Ingalls studio,
WPEK Fairview,
WMXF Waynesville,
W225CJ Candler,
the #1 preset in your car, and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, Bills. That's Bills. Enter it now.
Go to ESPNAVL.com to play, and good luck.
Live from the Ingalls studio,
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
the Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dog see! Let him on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh, my God. The Jets killed him.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. Sportsocracy is heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app. We're seen everywhere on the YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel, and you can join us in the chat for... There you go. It's a Football Friday. Sometimes the world just opens up a giant topic, and sometimes you just have to run the damn ball, right? Do it. Do it. There you go. So, The Athletic opened up the door for the ranking of the 100 greatest college football rivalries, and we thought we'd spend a little bit of time on it today. Not a whole lot of news going on in the sports world. I mean, not football-wise, anyway. It is another... Oh. Yeah, there was... Look, I mean, accidents can happen, all right? So it wasn't like he was out there holding it and, you know... I mean, we don't really know that for sure, but I have to imagine the superficial injury to the eye, I guess it would be the eye area. If he had like a corneal abrasion, I wouldn't think that that would just be a superficial injury. So, right, so it's got to be like, you know, firework went off, the stick broke on the bottle rocket or something, and it hit him in the side of the head. And so he's got some kind of an injury. It's not going to affect him, but come on. I mean, it's an unfortunate situation, right? Because we already have the poster child for what not to do on July 4th, thanks to Jason Pierre-Paul. So now anytime fireworks are involved with a football player, we're immediately going to go, what the hell were you doing?
Well, you have that sometimes. But here's a good call. If you play in the NFL, get somebody else to shoot your damn fireworks. See, I work with the NFL. With them, not in it. I could go completely blind, and guess what? It wouldn't change squat. And even I let Zach Hurst shoot the fireworks. I do have I've got to find the picture of him with the fireworks Gatling gun just looking like full Mad Max.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, it's so good. They have they have an ice cream truck in Charleston. I did not know this, They have an ice cream truck in Charleston that only brings alcoholic ice cream.
Oh.
Now, I will say it does lead to an interesting I think they had some kid ice cream because I saw kids with ice cream. It just said adult popsicles or whatever it said on the side. And then I saw a bunch of children with ice cream, and I went, I hope that's not what I think it is.
I'm sure it's.
I could see that causing a great problem with a lot of children going, ice cream man, ice cream. No, it's not yours. Go back and watch Paw Patrol. This is Dad's time.
This is Daddy's ice cream.
This is Daddy ice cream.
Away.
I have dealt with you. It's summer. I've dealt with you all day, and this is the only thing I've had to look forward to.
I would enjoy that. I would like to live in like a neighborhood that has that. See, the last time I went to a fireworks, a party that had fireworks, I guess we'll say, in Summerville, South Carolina, was on a New Year's Eve where something odd happened. One guy got a little too jolly during the festivities, and he had like the mortar thing in his hand, right? That little chute that you put the mortar down in. Like you light it, you put it down in the little tube, and then it shoots up real high. Mm-hmm. Well, he picked that up off the ground, put that in there, and thought he was going to sling it toward the lake. The problem is when he slung it back, the mortar came out of the chute, and he threw the chute without the mortar, and the mortar went up underneath his mom's car and exploded. And that was quite the scene. And so, I can be a little understanding of how maybe something unplanned, somebody else doing something stupid might put you in danger.
Hey, I'm
not going to be the loser at the 4th of July cookout with the goggles on just because I play in the NFL.
I'm not going to lie to you.
If I'm taking Najee's side on this one.
I once had a mortar tube that had multiple shots in it, and after the first one, it knocked itself off the post and laid directly sideways. And then we played a fun game of run like hell.
Whee!
Yeah,
here we go.
There's 8 of them in there, boys, and there ain't a dadgum thing I can do about it. So
8?
Take off. And it was – I had one go right by my head. It bounced off the garage door and shot in the woods, and I went, we're burning. It was in your neighborhood, actually. I was like, we're burning everything down. Your house almost didn't exist. Now that I think
good
about
God, were there old people at this event?
For sure.
I mean, was like Granny running? Oh, good Lord.
No, Granny was in the garage behind the closed garage door.
Oh,
it was really the young man and the young woman of the
well, at least there's that. Right, at least there's that. I don't want Granny trying to break a hip, trying to run away from the 7 mortars that Jeremy stuffed in.
The only thing I'll tell you, the only thing I will tell you is if you ever really want to know how good of friends you are with somebody, let a mortar tube turn on its side and watch how quickly they put you between it and them. Because I did that with like 7 people.
No doubt you
who
did.
I think now understand in the pecking order of life, I value my life exponentially more than yours.
Jeremy's out here using people as human shields.
For sure. I got big, long arms and big old hands. I'll get 5 of you. I'll have a whole SWAT shield rain in front of me. The face, the beard, the hair, that's the moneymaker, baby. You gotta take one for the team. Look, if you get if you get your face blown off, that doesn't really change your job at the Walmart, okay? I get my face blown off, and all of a sudden, things change.
Yeah. Austin Groves in the YouTube comment says, cargo boom. Well, thankfully the car did not set on fire with the mortar, but man, it took hours of scrubbing to get the scorch marks off the side of that sedan. It was not fun at all.
Joshua Pennick said, I'm the poster child of let me go first. You remember the Seinfeld episode where the house was on fire and George ran through the old woman and the children to get out the door? I didn't see the problem with that, just to be clear. Like, everybody's like, oh, you're such a terrible person. And I went, I play for one team. It's a team that I've been a member of for a long time, and that team is called Team Gets Mine. I look out for me. And that team is spelled Teme because there is a me in that team.
Yeah. Will Workman, they'll never know. The younger generations will never know how much fun Roman candle wars were when we were kids.
Have I ever told you my? Have I ever told you my Roman candle story?
I feel like I've heard this before, but go ahead.
One of my best friends growing up lived in Turtle Creek, the apartments right there on Hendersonville Road.
Yep.
So we had one beer like 22 times, and we thought it would be a fun idea because he was a skinny guy that looked kind of like Beck, the singer. Well, he had contended with the rest of us who were all, big dudes. So he was a little in the wind, shall we say. And he had a neighbor that had just moved back in to his apartment after being released from the Richland County Correctional Facility. And he was a big, large individual, and he was scary as hell. And so, I'm not using names here to protect the innocent. Two of us decided it would be funny to light a Roman candle, hand it to John, and point it right at the window of the ex-con. This was at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Of the big guy, yeah.
So we did that, and then we closed the door and we locked it. And he stood there, too intoxicated to do anything about it, just badoosh, badoosh, and it just kept happening. And we were looking through the window, and we saw the blinds open, and I went, well, that was fun. Your life was fun, but your life had to end for our amusement. Apologies.
Did he catch him?
I mean, if I hadn't seen him in a while, so maybe he did. I don't know.
Oh, that was the last time we saw John.
And that was the last time he was ever seen or heard from again.
That is so brutal. Guys, just be careful around fireworks, right? I mean, we've all done stupid things. If Najee was out here doing stupid things and trying to throw bottle rockets, and that's how he got one close to the eyeball, he learned a lesson for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Right? You catch one of those right in the eyeball, that's NFL career, millions of dollars all down the drain. How many ever millions you have left to make.
I have long said that there are not many injuries that I see someone having, and I go, I'll bet that's a weird story. If somebody walks up and they have a limp or something like that, that could be a lot of things. When somebody shows up with an eye patch, I go, that dude's got a story, and I want to hear it.
There's a story.
We were drinking Four Logos in the woods. That's how it started.
Look, I don't feel like I don't feel like Najee plays a position where he can afford to lose that body part.
Well, I mean,
right.
Let's be real honest.
I mean, JPP proved that you can have a career as a defensive end if you're just missing a couple of fingies. That's fine. We can get special gloves. We can wear the club on the hand like he did for a couple of years. Like, we can find a way around that. Losing an eye as a running back, I don't feel like you're going to survive that too well.
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
I don't think Najee has,
if any running back was going to lose his vision, the one that has no vision that makes sense.
He runs straight anyway.
So Najee Harris can't see a hole anyway. So does it matter if he's seeing it out of one eye or two? It doesn't really matter. He could do it with two. Let's try it with one. Maybe that thing was offset. We'll get you in a straight line.
Yep. Yeah, good for you.
My phone has vibrated no less than 8 times through this conversation. I have a weird feeling it's people that listen to this show going, that was a real funny opening rant you went on. And I'm not going to lie, we didn't plan it.
Or it's the people from that story.
Oh, yeah, going, shut
using
up.
My name.
I work for the government now. Don't use my name, you moron.
Swear to God, if you give a hint on who I am, I will.
Oh, a hint. One of them works for the federal government, and one of them's a cop.
Well, that just sealed it, didn't it?
Boom. Boom. And now all of my cop friends are going, I'm going to need you to clarify that wasn't me.
Yeah.
Nope,
He's
more
gonna
fun
be
this
so
way.
Mad at you.
I'm going to get pulled over. I'm leaving the house at 5:01 today. I will be pulled over at 5:03 of some angry cop going, hey, you couldn't have said it wasn't me?
Right.
I've been on your show, dum-dum.
It's no one that's been on the show, is it?
It is no one that has been on the show. I can
Okay.
I can attest.
I thought that was safe. Yes, I thought that was a safe assumption. Jeremy, before we start frivoling with the with the college football rivalries, do you care, and is it a big deal about the NFLPA head working another job and working for a company that is now allowed to buy teams?
Oh, how do I have to explain this argument very appropriately. No, I don't.
I figured that was going to be the response, but I
just
had to check.
All right,
I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something here.
And I'm not going to make this political, I promise. Or at least I'm going to try not to. It's probably going to sound that way, but I didn't mean for it to. You're telling me the head of a labor union is doing something that could be deemed as nefarious and insider trading. I declare that has never happened in the history of labor unions. This is a sanctimonious place where people only do the fair and honorable. Go try to lay concrete in New York City. It'll take you 5 minutes to figure out why I just said that. There'll be 14 dudes who have names like Polly Walnut showing up going, I don't think you want to do that here. All right. Piscataway
You're
it is.
using the wrong guys, I'm telling you.
You came with my guy all wrong. Go to one of those southern states and do whatever you want to. But up here, I'm your guy.
I love that your Christopher Walken sometimes becomes a mix between Christopher Walken and Rodney Dangerfield.
No respect. No respect.
No respect.
My wife.
Players Association Executive Director Lloyd Howell Jr. under scrutiny because he's, like I said, working for the Carlyle Group, which was one of the ones that was just given, the go ahead to buy, what was it, up to 10% shares in NFL franchises.
This is just one of those things.
I don't believe you can do that.
This is just one of those things that I see people write the article, and I go, okay, you did this from a journalistic point of view. I get that. You're writing a news story. Yes. This is a news story, and I get it. And then I see Mike Florio, who writes an op-ed piece on it of why I am aghast at this collusion.
Oh, geez.
What exactly? How do you think this works? So you think that Lloyd Howell Jr. is going to a group where he is I'm going to say not a high-ranking official. He's an official, but not a high-ranking official. And you think he's telling them to buy Team X so he can collude with the NFLPA. First of all, by the time they got this deal done, he might not be the head of the NFLPA anymore. It's just people that don't really understand business. Every single person you've ever seen that you value to be reasonably successful is connected to no less than 10 businesses. I will use myself as an example. I have interest in 7 different companies. You don't know anything about them. They don't sponsor this show. They don't do any of those things because I keep everything nice and separated because I don't want peanut butter in my chocolate. These businesses work. It's all good. It's all hunky-dunky. We're good. I have friends that have a lot of businesses, and several of them do sponsor this show. I'm much nicer to my friends than I am to my own business. Because business is business. I don't want the possibility of corrupting my day job with the other things that I do. Now, I'll bend over backwards to help my friends. You should probably worry more about the friends than where he's working. That was really the headline of that.
Okay.
But I could say that about virtually anyone.
This is the news that we're left with in the off season. Please, football come faster. Might I remind you, the first of the rookies report to training camp tomorrow.
It's 43 days, Tank. 43.
That's right.
Darren Sproles, U.S. days, until we have actual, honest to God, competitive, regular season college football.
My hero. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville.
Now is the time for Braves country to cheer up.
Clear.
As the 2025 Atlanta Braves start chopping their way back.
Fly ball to deep right, way back and gone! Home run, Ozuna!
Coverage brought to you locally by Parks Ford of Hendersonville.
Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
The mountain's home for the Braves. Asheville's #1 sports station. ESPN Asheville.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, a new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Here's what's trending now on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
All right, if you're building your perfect summer playlist, just open the iHeartRadio app because we've got all the summer vibes you need. We have every playlist and station you could want for pool days, road trips, beach hangs, all of it. Plus, Dollywood Radio is now on iHeartRadio. Yes, the park you know and love has its own radio station. So yeah, your summer soundtrack, we got it handled.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey. More like Mira joyed that Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at Walmart.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
Buying or selling a home doesn't have to be stressful. Let me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert, guide you every step of the way. Whether you're searching for your dream home, looking to sell quickly, or exploring investment opportunities, I've got the experience and the tools to get you the best deal possible. Call me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty at 828-774-6343. Let's make your real estate dreams a reality. I'm your trusted realtor. I'm making moves and making dreams come true.
At Ingles, whether we're celebrating Friday Night Rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park, it's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
Folks, I hope you're ready. Coming up next month, the best party ever to hit Cox Avenue. It's the Big Wiener Party at Bear Smokehouse Barbecue. Saturday, August 9th from 2 to 6 on the South Slope. 9 teams will compete, topping 2,700 hot dogs and only 1 Royal Wiener. Hosted by food stars The Vulgar Chef and The Food in My Beard with local celebrity judges and comedians from the Asheville Comedy Festival. All for a good cause, supporting Link for Life's free mental health counseling for Asheville's food and beverage workers. Tickets are on sale now.
The Sportsocracy.
These guys are a f***ing disgrace.
It is ESPN Asheville, the Sportsocracy, coming to you from the Ingles studio. And, yeah, the news is not great, or is not in great supply around the NFL. You've got the NFLPA thing, which some people, Mike Florio, like to try to make a big deal out of. The collusion story right? That the PA and the league hid the fact that Roger Goodell was up there telling people, stop doing the guaranteed contracts thing. Let's not do that again. I feel like of all of the things that they could collude about, that's probably one of the ones that I go, you know what, that's okay. I think that's fine. I think everybody knew that was a bad idea going down that route. So I can't really blame them in that situation.
Maybe they should do that with second-round picks. Do you know how many draft picks are still left unsigned?
I mean, is it still like all but 4 or 5 out of the second round?
It's 33 total. So you got Shamar Stewart, Jahdae Barron in the first round. 30 second-round picks. And Jack Kaiser, 4th-round pick of the Jacksonville Jaguars, linebacker out of Notre Dame. I would love to – I want to call Jack Kaiser's agent and go, but for why?
What are you going to do?
But for why are you still not signed? It's slotted, bro. I mean, I get it. I wouldn't want to play in Jacksonville either, but
could he make more money in the CFL? Is that the play here? I don't know. I don't understand.
No.
No.
Yeah,
no,
I could make more money in the CFL where they pay me in what's that donut shop? Tim Hortons. They pay me in Tim Hortons gift cards. No,
sir.
And crash test dummies CDs and Bryan Adams T-shirts and maple syrup. I could do this for a minute. You should probably interject there.
Creed merch.
No, Creed is not Canadian. Jeremy, you go away.
Oh, I forgot you were naming Canadian things. I thought you were just naming weird, irrelevant things.
No, everything I just said was Canadian.
You know what Canada doesn't have? College football.
Well, they have it.
At least not to the level that we have it. I mean, sure, there are colleges there, and sure, some of them play football. But it's obviously not what it is here in America. And the greatest college football rivalries of all time. We know the usual suspects. Jeremy, what's the greatest college football rivalry?
Oh, West Virginia, Pittsburgh, no doubt.
Stop.
Backyard brawl, get out of here. Fantastic.
Stop it.
You're wanting me to take my bias out of it.
Yes.
I don't agree with what everyone else says that it's Michigan, Ohio State.
Really?
I don't. No, to me it's Oklahoma, Texas.
Okay.
I would put Oklahoma, Texas over Michigan, Ohio State. We're into a point of recency bias.
Uh-huh.
Michigan, Ohio State's had a lot of gross games that were very Midwest leaning. You got to remember, these were not necessarily this wasn't always two national powers going against each other. Oklahoma, Texas had been for decades. And it was always pretty even. I also like the fact that it's played at the Cotton Bowl. Rivalry games should be played at a neutral site. I will die on that hill. Cocktail party, play it in Jacksonville forever.
Yeah.
Although I heard they're not doing that's stopping. Or
I think you're right.
I think it stops after 2027.
I think the neutral site was I think the neutral site is coming to an end for the world's largest cocktail party. I can't get there with you. Like, I was trying to work through my mind, like, all of the rivalry games should be at a neutral spot. Okay, so what would you do with, like, Clemson, South Carolina? Where are we playing that? Coastal?
We play at my house. Play it in my backyard.
I don't think we could play the Battle for South Carolina or the Palmetto Bowl or whatever the hell they call it. I don't think we could play that at Bank of America Stadium. I don't think that's going to sell very well.
No.
I mean, I get they do try to do the whole two states, one team thing, but that doesn't count.
You're right. Not all of them should be.
Right.
The ones that are in big states with big stadiums, they should be playing
Yeah.
neutral sites.
Yeah,
Solely
but-
because,
but
and
then
now let me
again, I
explain
go-
why I say that. So you get these
Okay.
rivalries that are like Auburn, Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Texas, Miami, Florida State, Florida, Ohio State, Penn State. I'm just reading off the list.
Right.
7 or 8 times out of 10, this is for a spot in the playoff or for the national title game or going back a ways. And we just kind of flip a coin of, will we alternate years? I don't love that. Just put it in a neutral site when you can. Obviously, South Carolina, Clemson, you can't do that. I had not thought of that. Because all the ones in the top, probably all of my top 10, they could all be played at a neutral site.
Okay, let's do the exercise here. All right, what are you doing with Michigan, Ohio State? Are you flipping that to NFL stadiums?
Yep. I would go between Ford
Detroit.
Field. I would go between Ford Field, Cleveland, Cincinnati. That's probably the 3. And I just rotate it. And yes, there is an obvious lean because each one of those stadiums is way closer to one of those schools than it is the other. But you split the tickets down the middle. Give Michigan 35,000, give Ohio State 35,000. Now, are you going to increase fights? Yes. Yes, you are. Sorry.
Yeah, but then you're going to lose money because those stadiums aren't as big. Right? The shoe holds like 110,000 people, right?
It does. But
so you're cutting 30,000 people out?
I don't think they'll starve. I think they'll be just fine.
I
Because you
know
also
they're
have
not
no
gonna starve.
operating costs whatsoever.
See, but that's the other thing about the rivalries is, to me, is that those should be like. See, I don't like the Jacksonville thing. I don't like the fact that Georgia and Florida face off at a neutral site every year. Because it takes out some of the advantage that you would have year to year, right? Like a home crowd in the SEC, that's an advantage. So you telling me that I'd never get to play my biggest rival between the hedges? I don't like the idea of that. Every now and then,
for a while.
we could play neutral site. Oh, I know. They've been doing it since like the 80s.
Do you remember when you almost lost to Georgia Tech last year? Do you recall that?
Yeah, the overtime game.
Yeah, because where was that game? At Georgia Tech. Do I love that? No, I don't love that. I don't love that I have to play this team every year. We alternate, and I mean, and usually it's the last game of the season.
Right.
Clemson losing to South Carolina last year, that almost kept them out of the playoff, and it probably should have. I'm usually not the one screaming for fair, but I do like neutral site games. I also think there are certain places that are. Obviously, I've been playing a lot of the college football game, college football 26. There are just certain places. You know, we talk about how electric college stadiums are, and there are some that are. There are some that are really not.
There's a bunch. Okay.
I don't think there's as many as you think. In terms of just electric, unbelievable environment. LSU is an incredible environment. And there are some that are. And then there's a lot of Nebraska. We don't get to host a game out here in the cornfield anymore? Whatever will we do? Or Notre Dame. Oh, cool. So we don't have touchdown Jesus looking over us? Oh, shucksy doodles. Wherever will we find a stadium packed full of fours? I think we can find a place. I think we find.
So you just do away with them in all rivalries.
It's worked out pretty well for Oklahoma, Texas. That game's been playing the Cotton Bowl for a long time.
Sure. I think it's a decent idea for some. There are other rivalries that I don't think that's practical. Like Auburn, Alabama. Well, you got to do Jordan Hare and Bryant Denny, because I'm not playing that in Birmingham. It's the same principle as the South Carolina thing. So for some, yeah, okay. USC, Notre Dame. You play that at Lucas Oil?
Oh, yeah. And I'd be fine with
Lucas Oil and SoFi?
I'd be totally fine with that.
Okay. All right.
I would be totally fine with that. But also, for
now,
me, I'm looking at this going, all right, so we do this in every other sport. In every other sport we have these instances where we play games that are not on campus. And look, I'm going to level with you. I do not love the campus experience in probably 90% of schools. And I'm going to implore you in the break, look at our schedule for the fall, and I want to see if you notice something about where we're going. It's all places that I think have either it's neutral site, because we do have a lot of neutral site games, or it's in stadiums that you and I both like. Williams-Brice, Neyland, Death Valley, and I'm not even a Clemson guy, but I do like I like the ambiance of that stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the places that we tend to go. There are others that I look at and go, I think I'm good. I don't think I need to see Florida, the swamp. If I want to be around 70,000 people with 14 teeth, I'll go back to West Virginia. That was good.
But is that just because you're a Florida State fan?
Yeah, for sure it was. Hey, look, if I was a Florida Gator, I'd love it. But I mean, from non-Florida Gators,
I mean that's like a top 10 stadium.
Oh, I mean, look, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not just taking shots at Florida. Tallahassee, top 5 worst stadiums in all of football. So the only place I've ever walked into wearing the colors of the team whose logo was on center field, going, hey, you know what? I should probably put my wallet, my keys, and everything of value on me in my keister, because this is a good place to die. Tallahassee's awful, and we're going to that stadium this year. But I'm telling you, Tank, you remember the thing I said about fireworks? Don't be shocked if I treat you the same way in Tallahassee. I'm wearing garnet and gold. You take him,
please.
You rob him.
I'm wearing my jorts. I'm gonna fit right in.
There is a side of one of the, I can't remember the lot names now. It's been a while since I've been down there. There is a lot at Florida State that is top 5 most dangerous places I've ever been in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I physically watched a guy getting mugged down there, and there was nothing I could do. I mean, it was me and one other guy. There were like 7 people doing this. I mean, I called 911 and ran the other direction. I mean, I hate to tell you this, but it's that way it's not just Florida State. It's not just Florida. There are stadiums that I'm telling you, if you wear the opposing colors, it's not awesome. It is not an awesome day.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm looking over so this year's top 25 toughest places to play, according to your beloved College Football 26.
Greatest game of all time.
Uh-huh. Oh, is it?
Oh, no doubt.
You've already decided?
It's the greatest football game of all time. I just got hired at Florida State last night. I've played 3 games in that stadium, and I'm like, holy good googly moo, this feels just like being there.
Right. Tiger Stadium at LSU is 1. Beaver Stadium, Penn State. You got the Horseshoe at 3.
I don't agree
Sanford
with that one.
Stadium. You don't agree?
I don't agree with the shoe, no.
Why?
Ohio State fans won't like it. It's a fun place for an Ohio State fan to watch a game. It is horribly impractical. It's very loud. I mean, because what you're talking about, I'm assuming you're taking the list of stadium polls. Those are 25 toughest places
to play. Yeah.
It's very loud. I don't necessarily. What makes it so tough is that Ohio State's on the other side of the field. Go back and look when Ohio State was in leaner years. That place wasn't nearly as loud. Okay. A tough place to play for me is it's tough to play no matter how good they are. And for me, I look at Florida State, I look at Miami, Georgia, Clemson, South Carolina. I'm going up the seaboard in case you can't figure out what I'm doing. Virginia Tech, Neyland, Michigan kind of falls in the same thing as Ohio State. It's insanely loud, but I don't necessarily know that it's all that tough to play in. There are tough places to play. Mm-hmm. Toughest play. All right, we'll tie this into what we do more of, which is the NFL. What's the toughest stadium in the NFL to play in? There are two correct answers here.
Arrowhead.
That's one of the two.
The other would probably be Lambeau.
No. Quest.
No.
Seattle. It's unbelievable how loud that stadium is.
Okay.
I mean, it's shocking how loud that stadium is.
But the volume makes that a tough place, not Ohio State.
The way that place is built, it's different. There's a gajillion people at Ohio State. There's, 62,000, I think, at Quest? See, 62 or 58.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
it doesn't matter. The way that place is built acoustically, it is the loudest place on the planet. You can't hear yourself think. Ohio State's gigantic. It's different. And I've been in every stadium we've said here. There is not one that I have not stepped foot in.
Number 4, Sanford Stadium down in Georgia.
That's a tough place to play.
Number 5, Bryant-Denny Stadium in Alabama. We'll take a quick break here on ESPN Asheville. We'll continue the discussion because I don't know that Sanford Stadium deserves to be that high on the list. We'll discuss when we come back.
ESPN
Clear.
Have you ever been to Sanford
weather
Stadium?
forecast.
I mean, I know we're going this year, but
I have.
This afternoon, the high today.
I have.
Degrees, more
Who
rain
did
is
they
possible
play
this
when you
evening, and then a partly cloudy sky overnight with areas of
Nobody's. That's what I'm getting ready to talk about.
Yep.
Saturday with periods of showers and thunderstorms.
Don't worry. That particular game we're going to,
more
you'll
rain
see
Saturday
why it's
evening
up
with
there.
a low dropping to 65 overnight.
Oh, I know why it's up there.
Storms on Sunday is the high 9. I'm Jeff Marr from the Weather Channel.
Also this report is sponsored by
Bojangles. It's always bow time.
It's
bow time. When you combine the bold taste of a Bojangles Chicken Supreme with dill pickles, Carolina Gold barbecue sauce, and a toasted bun that's great on the go, you get Bo's Bird Dog.
That's how we say hello to each other.
Available for a limited time only. It's bow time.
I would say Jordan Hare at Auburn is tougher to play in than Ohio State.
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a
Okay.
How do we not have enough doctors to
Jordan
doctor
Hare,
all these patients?
when Auburn
and he
is
doesn't have the
good,
patience
even
to
when
sift
they're
through
not.
hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you
It's
sponsor a
so
job on
loud.
Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You've got apps for everything. Music, photos, even ordering coffee. But only one app gives you the live radio experience. It's radio your way. Anytime, anywhere. Join the millions already listening. The free iHeartRadio app. The #1 app for radio.
The trick isn't making it through the off-season, but realizing there is no off-season.
Your daily football fix is on.
Weekdays at noon from the Ingalls studio. The Sportsocracy. Hear ESPN Asheville everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the
What's
driveway
your
having a
outside
couple
story?
beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard...
I'm going to do the update on Amit Patel.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees.
About what?
No, actually, I'm doing that one. I'm doing that for crimes. The Jacksonville guy.
Oh, okay.
The guy that stole all the money. I'll do that one for crimes. Ben Askren.
There. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer. You're family. We're good at what we do, and we do
I think
it for
I'm going to do
reasonable
Derek
For all your
Lewis.
chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
cost. Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we are Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
Welcome to the Ingalls Table, a delicious destination with recipes galore.
Need to whip up a dessert, entree, side dish? No problem. The experts from the Ingles table take you through it step by step with expert tips and advice along the way. Find the Ingles table at ingles-markets.com or swing by the store and pick up your free copy of the Ingles Table magazine. And let's get cooking. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Looking to buy or sell in Asheville? At Clarissa Sells WNC with eXp Realty, we're proud to be the #1 real estate team in Buncombe County. Give us a call, 828-774-6343. We're here for what matters most, you.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
The Sportsocracy.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
It is ESPN Asheville, back on the Sportsocracy, and Ben Askren. You remember that name? Former MMA fighter, most recently one of the guys that laid down to Logan Paul, right? Didn't he fight Logan Paul like the third time he fought, something like that?
I vaguely remember
former Olympic wrestler. Do what?
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah. Former Olympic wrestler, MMA star Ben Askren has been hospitalized in Wisconsin for quite a while. Since late May, he's been in the hospital due to a severe case of pneumonia. It got so bad that he was on a ventilator, and they had to put him on the donor list for a lung transplant. Thankfully, they found a donor for him. He got a double lung transplant. He's currently in recovery. They say he died 4 times during the surgery. That's one of those things that you wake up from, and you know, hopefully he comes out from this and the recovery's all great. And that's one of those things you come out and go, why am I still here? I have to have some sort of a purpose in this life to survive a thing like this. Said he lost 50 pounds in 45 days due to the pneumonia and the issues going on. 40 years old, double lung transplant. So, T's and P's, thoughts and prayers going out to Ben Askren and his family as they deal with that. That's scary.
Oddly enough, my story is also about a UFC fighter. Do you remember the name Derek Lewis?
He's hot, right?
Yep.
Is he the one that gets all sweaty during his matches?
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's the one that famously said it's a little warm in a nondescript place.
In my region.
Well, our sitting president, one Donald J. Trump, has said that there will be he's planning on having a UFC bout on the front lawn of the White House to celebrate the 250 next year around July 4th.
Yes.
Well, Derek Lewis wants to be a part of that card. But there's one small problem. He said, I've got warrants in a background. I don't think they're going to let me step foot on the White House lawn. I need to talk to Trump anyway. I need him to pardon me for some things I got going on. He wants Donald Trump to pardon him because he has outstanding warrants, so he can fight on the White House lawn. We haven't talked about this because it happened while we were
federal property without getting arrested.
We haven't talked about this because it happened while we were on vacation. Do you think that's a good idea?
I think that is a terrible idea.
I think it's a really cool idea.
It's cool, but
the logistics of that would be really difficult.
Yeah, like because is there going to be a crowd?
For sure. There would have to be a crowd.
How are you going to police that? How many people get in?
You ever been to D.C., bro? I don't think having cops is going to be a problem.
No. I mean, it's going to be a massive undertaking, but it's also one of those things where this is going to be like, remember watching UFC during COVID, or right as we were coming out of COVID, and they had everybody in the crowd spaced. You know, everybody is 6 feet apart and blah, 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 blah. I think they did that for like 1 or 2 events until Dana White finally said, "Screw this, we're not doing this again.
We're going to the island."
Yeah. They went to the island
to Fight Island.
Right. I think this will be it'll feel something like that. I don't know if you can get. I don't know. It also would be something just incredible to have the White House in the background of every shot.
Oh, it would be so cool
of the fight.
It
would be really cool, but it also feels like something out of Idiocracy. And I'm out.
You always use that analogy. I don't know what that means.
Oh, you have to see that movie.
Yeah, you've told me that a dozen times, and I've never felt the urge to do it.
Yes.
I would love to.
It is a movie about society gets so much dumber in the future that, like, now the president is like a former porn star / professional wrestler played by Terry Crews, and it's just idiocy. Complete, like, he comes out to a full, like, WWE entrance, and there's pyro, and it's I can't remember his name.
So you say you say in this movie
Camacho Mountain Dew or something.
So you say the president in this movie is a former WWE wrestler? You mean like our current president?
Like our current exactly.
Like our current president?
It kind of tracks as you're going down. Right. And one of the big scenes in the movie is like this big, like, I mean, it's like a murder pit kind of thing where they gather everybody in town comes into this big, like, rodeo arena, and dude's got to survive amongst all of the robots that are trying to kill him and stuff. Like, it's so dumb, and it's so much like what this could feel like in a much less stupid way, obviously, much less souped up for Hollywood way, but I don't know. I wonder, like, what the founding fathers would feel about something like this. Like John Adams, what would he say if we could tell him that they were having friggin' wrestling matches on the White House lawn?
I would love to have been there when he brought it up. Like when he said it to the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Like, here's what we're going to do. I love a good UFC fight, and I want one in my backyard. It's going to be huge. It's going to be great.
Uh-huh.
And just everybody goes, oh, God.
Why?
Do you ever turn off for, like, just a day? Like, could you just shut up for a day?
No.
Please? Just one day, could you walk in here and go, everything's great. I'm going to go take a nap.
Right.
That'd be the greatest day ever.
See, I'm on both sides of this issue, because part of me is like that, more conservative political kind of guy who, looks at it and goes, this is just not how things are done, right? We don't put on the circus on the White House lawn. It's just not the way things should. It's not appropriate. And then there's the other side of me that wants to go, you know what? I want to see Donald Trump throw the biggest, bloodiest UFC bout in the history of time on the White House lawn, just so I can see everybody else's heads explode. Like, could you imagine what, like, Anderson Cooper's response to that is going to be? It's just going to, it would be glorious.
Anderson Cooper could have spontaneously combusted 4 years ago, and I wouldn't know. I would have no idea.
I'm just saying, I'm a big fan of a dumpster fire. So
I just think it would, from an aesthetic standpoint, I think it would look really cool. You got the cage and you got the White House in the background, and it just looks awesome.
Yes.
But I'm also the white trash cowboy,
so it makes us look like a joke.
I'm also probably not the one to take it. I'm a marketing guy, and I am as white trash as they come. So I'm probably not the one to take political steps from.
Right. That's the difference. Are we entertaining, or are we being diplomatic? What foot are we putting forward? And after
diplomacy's overrated.
Right, after the Army birthday / Trump birthday party that we just threw, who wouldn't expect him to go all out and do something we've never seen for the 250th? That's going to be a big holiday.
Diplomacy's overrated. It's overrated.
Mm-hmm.
Just be loud and arrogant, and it's fine. It's the American way.
Right. The only thing more American than Trump having a UFC fight on the White House lawn for the 250th birthday of the country would be if we could somehow get an NFL game to happen that day. But it's not going to happen because they're not in season. So what he's going to do is throw an all-day party. Joey Chestnut and the whole crew are going to be there. He's going to fly in the whole Nathan's hot dog eating contest. And it's just going to be the most interesting side of America on full display if he gets his way. You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We'll be right back.
ESPN Asheville.
Clear.
I did not intend for that to go to the bottom of the hour, but
showers and thunderstorms will increase in coverage.
It did.
The high today around 86 degrees. More rain is possible this evening, and then a partly cloudy sky overnight with areas of fog as the low falls into the mid-60s. It'll be a wet Saturday with periods of showers and thunderstorms, especially during the afternoon with a high around 87. More rain Saturday evening with a low dropping to 65 overnight. Early sun will give way to afternoon thunderstorms on Sunday as the high approaches 89. I'm Jeff Marr from the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Straight Talk might not be on your shopping list, but it should be. Next time you're grabbing some milk off the shelf at your local Walmart, stop by the Straight Talk aisle and switch to real unlimited data.
Terry Cruz's name in that movie was Dwayne Elizondo Mountain Dew Herbert Camacho, President of the United States.
To keep his coworkers safe. From finding to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented
You know,
teachers.
I know I
savvy
say this a
software
lot,
developers,
but it's
and
really
master
true.
Mixologists.
It is
ZipRecruiter is the
shocking
place where you
how
meet
much
all these
like
people
Tiffany
and
Amber
more.
Thiessen my
That's
wife
because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates.
I want to be friends with whoever runs Buffalo Wild Wings
free.
social media.
That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Once you're $1,000 richer after you win bonus
So
bucks,
yesterday,
you'll have to
Gmail
decide
put out
on
a
whether you'll
tweet
tell everybody
that said it's a great
or
day to send an
keep it to
email.
yourself. The winning happens
Buffalo
every
Wild
weekday,
Wings said
right here.
falafel
Win
that come get
$1,000 on
bottomless
ESPN
apps.
Asheville. Is your truck wimpy? Shed Crumbling Leonard Truck Outfitters, the largest truck outfitters in the Southeast, supercharges your gear. Rugged bedliners, hardcore truck accessories, top quality trailers, and sheds built to last. With over 100 locations and years of experience, visit LeonardUSA.com.
Is it time for a new job? Then it's time for Express Employment Professionals. Quit the endless online job search. Enlist the pros. Let a local recruiter from one of their 870 locations help. And Express never charges job seekers a fee. Go to expresspros.com.
The devastating Texas floods have impacted countless residents. Families have lost their homes. Communities and lives have been shattered, and children are still missing. The need is urgent. The Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country has launched the Kerr County Flood Relief Fund to support response, relief, and long-term recovery efforts. All donations will go directly to trusted local organizations to provide food, shelter, healthcare, and hope. Join us today and donate to the Kerr County Flood Relief Fund at communityfoundation.net.
Bear Smokehouse Barbecue in Asheville has two things that all Sportsocracy fans crave: bold flavors and big portions. Oh, yeah. And they've got the balls. Bear's famous bear balls are packed with mac and cheese, pulled pork, cornbread, and deep fried and then topped with bacon and cheese sauce. This is the place to be. Live music on Saturdays and the first Sunday of every month. They partner with the Guitar Bar to host Mr. Jimmy's Barbecue Blues. Bear Smokehouse Barbecue in downtown Asheville and South Asheville.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports have teamed up under a new local owner to serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports can customize whatever you, your team, or your local group may need with high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Visit mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com. That's mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com for your local one-stop custom apparel shops.
The Sportsocracy.
Who are we going to cheer for on Sundays now?
In the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, we found out a lot of things about our community. We saw neighbors helping neighbors, and we learned in desperate times one of the best things to have around is a redneck with a chainsaw.
Not just a chainsaw, boy, just country boys in general. When you live in these mountains, you figure it out. Like, you make stuff happen.
After answering the calls for help that they heard on the radio, the Chainsaw Brothers are still here, making it happen the right way. Fair, insured, and local. Need tree help? Call the Chainsaw Brothers. 316-1013. 316-1013.
From the Ingalls Studio, WPEK Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, W225CJ Candler, the #1 preset in your car, and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now.
Go to ESPNAVL.com to play, and good luck.
The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man.
I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls Studio.
Welcome back into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville 92.9 FM, 880 AM and 1400. We're heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app, seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to the sportsocracy.com, click the live video link. That way you can subscribe to the chat or subscribe to the channel, and that'll get you into the chat with us each and every day. The chat, very much in favor, I think, of Jeremy watching Idiocracy, finally educating himself on what the future of this country is going to be like. It's just an educational film, really. But he's got college football 26 to play, so
I do. I'm counting the minutes until 3:01 when Coach Thunderhammer will be back to lead his Florida State Seminoles.
Coach Thunderhammer. We were talking about the toughest places to play in college football there before we got down the rabbit hole of the just a bit outside. Tiger Stadium, Beaver Stadium, the Horseshoe, Sanford Stadium, Bryant-Denny. That's the top 5 according to EA Sports, College Football 26. I don't know if Georgia really belongs in the top 5. I mean, it is a hyped-up place when there's something to be hyped up about. It's not so much a hyped-up place when there's not much to be hyped up about. Like, all right, so the first quarter, maybe, if that, of a blowout game there, which I have seen, is really fun. But then when the blowout gets crazy, obviously, things aren't that fun anymore. I mean, atmosphere-wise, because there's no drama there. One of the other games I went to at Sanford Stadium was a game where they should have beaten Vanderbilt, did not beat Vanderbilt, and throughout that whole game, it never felt like the crowd was really into it. Because you're playing Vanderbilt. You're supposed to win this game, right? I've never seen Sanford Stadium when there's an Alabama or a Tennessee or Auburn or name the other big matchup that may have come to Sanford Stadium. I've never been there for one of those. Seen it on television. I can tell you right now, that is a frightening place to play. So I get it. But are all these other stadiums amped up all the time? Or do they all have their lulls? Do they all have their, yeah, I mean, I guess it's okay. Because other than the history at Sanford Stadium, I've never been to a game there where I went, man, the crowd was really into that one.
All right, I'm going to say something that's probably going to be a little polarizing and maybe a little bit divisive. I don't believe that schools that have been historically really good, that have big, gigantic stadiums, are really conducive to being a crazy environment. Really, the only one that I've ever been to that kind of bucks that trend is LSU. LSU could be playing West Lafayette Institute Technical College for the blind, deaf, and dumb culinary college for reformed prison inmates. And that place is still going to be on fire for 4 quarters, especially if it's at night. And that's the caveat. LSU has not been historically great at home in day games. What makes that place so special is that they almost always play at night. Watch a random LSU game at noon on a Saturday. It doesn't matter who they're playing. It's nowhere near as tough to play there. People always talk about Bryant Denny. Give that 2 years, and I have a funny feeling you're going to see what I'm talking about. Bryant Denny was a joke for 20 years of anybody can go in there and beat them. Anybody could go in there and beat them. Saban changed it. We'll see if Kalen DeBoer can keep it that way. The ones that I look at that are really tough to play in, I will never go back to Ben Hill Griffin Stadium by choice for the rest of my life. The Swamp at Florida is the, I mean, and I'm saying this as a compliment. It's not going to sound like one, but I do mean it as one. The Swamp in Florida is where you will see the drunkest, craziest group of lunatics in the history of college football. And it really doesn't matter how bad Florida is. Now, if it's sustained bad, not so much. But you bring a Florida State in there, I don't care if they're 2-10. They're going to be liquored up from Wednesday on. There's going to be fights in that crowd. I know. I've seen me do it. That's a hard place to play. Camp Randall at Wisconsin, that's a tough place to play. It's loud. They don't have anything else to do. Jordan-Hare at Auburn is the same way. Neyland at Tennessee is crazy. The fans at Tennessee are just hashtag built different. Yeah. Because they packed that stadium out.
Yeah. After last year's Living the Dream tour, Williams-Brice has gone up on my list.
That was the next one I was going to say.
Oh, okay. Sorry to take.
No, you're good. It was a perfect transition because all of the teams I just said, they don't have a history of – they've been good, if not always great. Then you get into like T. Boone Pickens Stadium at Oklahoma State, Williams-Brice at South Carolina. This would probably really where Camp Randall fits in. They just love going to the games. Lane Stadium at Virginia Tech. They're crazy people, and they really don't care. Like the outcome on the field, they only care about winning the game that they're at. Now, they might be at the one next week, and they might care that much. Those are insanely tough places to play. Williams-Brice is probably the best in-stadium experience in college football.
It was very
Can you name
awesome.
one better?
Not having seen them all, no.
Can you say one that you think is better?
I've always wanted to go to Texas A&M, to Kyle Field, and see what that's all about. Because to me that's the equivalent of Cameron Indoor for college football. Fans are right on top of you. There's a million of them. They're cadets. Like, they're doing all the chants that they practiced and the cowbells and all of the things. Like, that has always been one of, and to see it at 11 on this list makes me think, wait, what? Because I always thought that was a top 5 experience, regardless of what the team is.
It's really
But again,
loud.
I haven't seen it in person, so I can't say.
The best ones I've seen in person, South Carolina's my one. South Carolina's just different. They come out to the Ric Flair music, the what is that? Space Odyssey, 2001: A Space Odyssey. They come out to that. They play Sandstorm over and over and over again. They've all got white towels. And during so Sandstorm is intense enough, and then you get them chanting USC, USC throughout the whole thing. It shakes everything. You and I were on the field down there last year, and usually most stadiums, it is not as loud on the field as it is up in the nosebleeds, because that's where you get Vinny from the Docks that paid $11 to get in here and just cram down Miller Lights and scream at the top of his lungs.
And just
I couldn't hear you talking to me at USC. It was that loud. And it was against LSU? We didn't even know they were any good at that point.
It was a great atmosphere.
Oh, it's incredible. My biggest takeaway from that entire weekend was I specifically remember you looking at me, because Lenore Sellers was in and out of that game. I specifically remember you looking at me saying, this kid might be pretty good.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking in my own head, welcome to the party.
South Carolina proved a lot to us last year in person.
I can confirm we will be at Williams-Brice for a game, at least one, maybe two, this year.
Mm-hmm.
Can confirm.
Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, Autzen Stadium, Michigan Stadium made the top 10, along with Ben Hill Griffin at 7 and Clemson's Memorial Stadium at 6. And see, that's another one. Like, I've been to a Clemson game before, but not when they're good.
Oh,
when I went to Clemson,
I've been to Clemson for
when I went to
iteration.
Clemson. When I went to Clemson, it was when I was in high school in like 1997, 8, somewhere in there, probably 7. And they played Wake Forest. It was like a nondescript game, and it was just the pageantry was cool, like the run down the hill and all of the things. You know, obviously you could tell there was an atmosphere there, but it was nothing like. It's nothing like I expected my first big college experience would be.
So I'm
right. I'd never been to another college football game. I'd never been to. I think this was even before I had made the trip to Kenan Stadium. And at times I felt like Kenan Stadium was more raucous fan-wise than Clemson was at the time. But years of national championships changed that, right? So I'm sure that it's much more energetic now.
We will do Kenan. We're doing at least one game at Kenan this year as well. Kenan, I will be interested to see what it looks like this year. So I'm going to tell you a little inside baseball story about Clemson. We obviously are very close with the people from Ingalls. Melissa, one of our favorite people, is her marketing director. She was cheerleader at Florida State. She loves Florida State probably more than I ever have. Well, they had tickets to Clemson, Florida State. She gifted them to me, just gave them to me. Like, you go, take your wife, have a good time. Tank, usually when corporate people give you tickets to a stadium, what are you not allowed to do?
Oh, you're generally not allowed to cheer for the opposing team.
There it is. Ingles went, no, you cheer your heart out. You do whatever you need to do.
Nice.
You do you, boo-boo. And now I tell you that to tell you this. I've been to Clemson probably 20 to 30 times, somewhere in there. I've been to a lot of Florida State games. They are Clemson's underrated. I mean, I think 6 is probably too high, but they're underrated in how bad they are to opposing fans. If you're a fan that doesn't have a season ticket, like to park somewhere close to there, you're going to borderline hike Kilimanjaro to get to that stadium. You will not park within 2 miles of that stadium, and the terrain is going to be terrible. It is awful trying to get to that stadium. So you're so cooked by the time you get there. Now it's like, I want to beat you so much worse than I did when I got here. Like, I wanted to beat you when I parked. I want to kill you now.
Right.
It is really fun when you win. It is really not fun when you lose. I've also always stated for the record, Clemson, I don't know if you know this or not, has never committed a pass interference and has never not had one committed on them according to their fans.
Yes.
There doesn't actually have to even be someone within arm's reach of a Clemson receiver, and they're still calling for a flag.
Yes, I'm in a text chat with Kevin Vick. I know, I'm aware. Love you, Kevin. Love you, buddy.
I never thought I'd meet somebody that hates officials more than I do, but Kevin Vick hates officials more.
Oh, no doubt. It's actually his hatred during the football season is part of what fuels my interest in football. I guess we got to give a shout out to NC State. Number 22 in the toughest places to play, according to College Football 25 and EA Sports.
We'll see it this year, too.
I didn't realize that atmosphere was that ruckus.
I have a feeling the game we're going to this year might show you what they're talking about. Because we're there for a team that they really don't like. So I think you'll – I'm not shocked to see it there, put it that way. I'm also not shocked to see Michigan State. And Matt Penn in our YouTube chat said Spartan Stadium was a snake pit during the D'Antonio years. But the team has killed the buzz these last few years. It's not top 10, but it's underrated when it's rocking. That is another one that is. I've been told that place is nanners.
Yeah. Hope the good years come back soon for Michigan State. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville.
Our iHeartRadio Music Fest.
Clear.
Capital One is back in Vegas.
I'll be right back. Gotta refill my
September
Coke.
19th and 20th, streaming live only on
Word.
Teen Artists. 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check for your wallet first before hitting the drive-thru.
$6.
Sorry, forgot my wallet. I have change, though. Here's 40 cents, another 40. Ooh, a bicentennial.
What's that?
Oh, gosh.
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats. plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Hit play on the perfect summer playlist like Summer Classics. Road tripping with commercial-free weekends on Smells Like the 90s. Or zone out in the shade with a good podcast. Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
Bear Smokehouse Barbecue in Asheville has two things that all Sportsocracy fans crave: bold flavors and big portions. Oh, yeah. And they've got the balls. Bear's famous bear balls are packed with mac and cheese, pulled pork, cornbread, and deep fried and then topped with bacon and cheese sauce. This is the place to be. Live music on Saturdays and the first Sunday of every month. They partner with the Guitar Bar to host Mr. Jimmy's Barbecue Blues. Bear Smokehouse Barbecue in downtown Asheville and South Asheville.
Looking to buy or sell in Asheville? At Clarissa Sells WNC with eXp Realty, we're proud to be the #1 real estate team in Buncombe County. Give us a call, 828-774-6343. We're here for what matters most, you.
Welcome to the Ingalls Table, a delicious destination with recipes galore. Need to whip up a dessert, entree, side dish? No problem. The experts from the Ingalls Table take you through it step by step with expert tips and advice along the way. Find the Ingalls Table at ingalls-markets.com or swing by the store and pick up your free copy of the Ingalls Table magazine. And let's get cooking. Ingalls, low prices, love the savings.
The iHeartRadio app now has presets. Just like in the car. You're our #1. Make us yours. ESPN Asheville, the mountain's favorite sports station, streaming 24/7. Your home for the Sportsocracy. Weekdays at noon. The Tar Heels and Atlanta Braves baseball. The Sportsocracy.
We treat star athletes better because they're better people.
That's not fair.
Life isn't fair, kiddo. Get used to it.
We are back at the Sportsocracy. College football 25, the 25-26 season, as they call it, is right around the corner. We've got, 43 days until week 0?
43 days until Iowa State, Kansas State take over Dublin, Ireland.
Now, is that the first game, or are they doing that thing where there's like a crappy game on Thursday and 4 crappy games on Friday?
No, week 0 doesn't do
all
that.
of that for week 0.
Week 0 is always on Saturday. You cannot play a game off. And now I can't tell you about the FCS. They might be able to do that. I don't know, but the FBS can't.
Okay. All right. So if you have a week 0 game, you're playing it on that Saturday.
FCS is also on Saturday.
August 23rd? 23rd.
August 23rd. You get such bangers as Idaho State, UNLV, Fresno State, Kansas, Sam Houston, Western Kentucky, and Stanford, Hawaii. And then the next week,
Stanford, Hawaii.
It goes nanner stuffings, and that's going to be a long week, Tank. I keep looking at that going,
it's going to be very, very full.
You know, when people say their cup runneth over, nah, dog, that cup runneth over. We can't tell you exactly what we're doing yet, but we can give you a hint. It involves us driving 1,700 miles.
All in one weekend.
It's
going to be fun. Labor Day, right around the corner. And that will be the start of the Tar Heel football season here on ESPN Asheville. North Carolina hosting TCU for the opener on Labor Day night, September the 1st. It's a Monday night, and we'll have all the coverage for you here on ESPN Asheville with Jones, Angel, and the crew. Could be a wonderful capper to a.
Sounds like
could
a fun
be a
game.
wonderful capper to a weekend. Yeah,
sounds like a fun game to. I don't know. Maybe just load up and do some stuff. I don't know.
Could be. You never know. Not far away from college football, we do have Major League Baseball here on ESPN Asheville tonight. The Atlanta Braves going up against the St. Louis Cardinals, a 3-game set here before the All-Star break. Just want to remind you that Braves baseball always here on ESPN Asheville, brought to you by our good friends at Parks Ford of Hendersonville, providers of the Parks Ford of Hendersonville mobile studio. We will have
the greatest truck in the history of trucks.
Of course. We'll have all three of the Cardinals games for you. Tonight is 8 o'clock start. Then we have 2 o'clock starts on Saturday and Sunday, and then it's the All-Star break. And Monday we will have coverage of the Home Run Derby for you at 8 o'clock. Our very own Cal Raleigh going to participate in the Home Run Derby along with Ronald Acuna Jr. of the Atlanta Braves, and then 6 other guys you've barely ever heard of. They didn't really get the star power this year for the Home Run Derby, but I guess that does open up the door for the so far regular season home run champ Cal Raleigh to maybe bring home a title to Western North Carolina and Seattle, I guess. And then we will have the full game, All-Star game for you on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock here on ESPN Asheville. 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. All on the terrestrial signal only. Licensing issues, we can't stream it on the web. So, yeah. Anyhow, we'll have all of that baseball coverage for you here on ESPN Asheville. Also, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and make the announcement as well. Programming note for the upcoming football season. ESPN Asheville will have the NFL Game of the Week ESPN national broadcast every Sunday. It will just be up to what their game of the week is. So first week of the season, luck of the draw would have it, we will have the coverage of the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Jets.
That's the game of the week in week 1?
That is the game of the week in week 1.
Oh, that makes sense with Aaron. And
absolutely.
I do
Huge
just
storyline for week 1. Mm-hmm.
I do just have to say, I don't heap praise on people. And Tank, you take zero credit for this. But you are now doing the programming for this here station, and it
Indeed.
shows.
Yeah.
And it's way better. And I appreciate that.
Well, thank you. That was my one goal. Is I want to bring as much coverage as we possibly can to the area, and we have one thing that irritates me so much during the football season is to turn on this radio station on a Sunday afternoon and hear a national program talking about the NBA. That's one of the things that really, really irritates me. And so this is a way to get around that. We are giving you as much football coverage as possible. Of course, WWNC will have the coverage of the Carolina Panthers. And the change for this year on ESPN, we will have all of the coaches show here. So the Panther Talk show on Monday nights will be airing on ESPN Asheville instead of over on WWNC. So we'll have back-to-back North Carolina show of the week, whatever they're going to do. because I still have a feeling Bill Belichick's not going to be doing a coach's show. But we'll have whatever Jones comes up with for the quote-unquote coach's show for Carolina football on Monday nights, and then follow that up with the Panther talk for all you Panther fans. So it's just one of those things that some changes need to be made, and when they need to be made, I'm going to make them. So that's how that goes.
That is
college football.
You're doing the Lord's work there, and it does not go unnoticed. I have very little hand in anything programming, and even the little hand that I have makes me go, damn, Tank's a saint. He's just a saint. There's just so much that goes into it. Licensings and I don't see how you keep up with it all. It makes my head hurt.
Yep. All right, let's get into the rivalry talk. We got a break coming up. We'll have our weird segment, and then I want to deep dive into this top 100 college football rivalry ranking that The Athletic put out.
Dumbest list of all time.
I mean, does it matter how long the rivalry has existed? Does it matter how good the rivalry is currently? How much do you put into, well, that was a great rivalry in the 60s and 70s, but it's no longer a rivalry. And we're also going to get into the discussion of lopsided rivalries. Just because it's a geographical rivalry, or just because you play each other a bunch, if one team owns that rivalry clearly, then is it still really a rivalry? And is it worth being ranked as one of the greatest?
I call that the Nebraska-Colorado theorem. People talk about how great a rivalry that is. Nebraska's won it 3 out of every 4 times they played it.
Yeah. We'll get into all of that coming up next here on ESPN Asheville.
ESPN Asheville.
You are clear.
Okay. Thank you.
Showers and thunderstorms will increase in coverage this afternoon. The high today around 86 degrees. More rain is possible this evening.
What's
and then
your
a partly cloudy
weird
sky
story?
with degrees of fog as the low falls into the mid-60s. It'll be a wet Saturday with periods of showers and thunderstorms, especially during the afternoon with a high around 87. More rain Saturday evening with a low dropping to 65 overnight. Early sun will give way to afternoon thunderstorms on Sundays. The high approaches 89. I'm Jeff Marr from the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. When you're trying to find quality candidates, all the searching, screening, and interviewing can become a job itself. You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform that makes it easy to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for
I did not. I'm wrestling with my damn computer.
suit because you can't
Mine's
stop
about
buying
Livy
sneakers.
Dunn.
So
As long
you
as
show
yours
up
is
to the
not
wedding
about Livy
looking like
Dunn,
you're going grocery
you'll be
shopping.
good.
All right, we're good.
Your sneakers will look good in the pictures.
Yes, sir.
Every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling Grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming one more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer. Getting real unlimited data where you buy bananas, the ultimate no-brainer. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2025 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 7/20/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com/terms. Copyright 2025 Verizon.
You've got an app for music, an app for photos, maybe even one that helps you sleep. But only one app puts the live radio dial in your pocket and lets you save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts as presets. Get the free iHeartRadio app, the #1 app for radio.
Buying or selling a home doesn't have to be stressful. Let me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert, guide you every step of the way. Whether you're searching for your dream home, looking to sell quickly, or exploring investment opportunities, I've got the experience and the tools to get you the best deal possible. Call me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty at 828-774-6343. Let's make your real estate dreams a reality. I'm your trusted realtor. I'm making moves and making dreams come true.
Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports have teamed up under a new local owner to serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Mountain Graphics and Showtime Sports can customize whatever you, your team, or your local group may need with high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Visit mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com. That's mtngraphicsavl.com or showtimesportsavl.com for your local one-stop custom apparel shops.
In the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, we found out a lot of things about our community. We saw neighbors helping neighbors, and we learned in desperate times one of the best things to have around is a redneck with a chainsaw.
Not just a chainsaw, boy, just country boys in general. When you live in these mountains, you figure it out. Like, you make stuff happen.
After answering the calls for help that they heard on the radio, the Chainsaw Brothers are still here, making it happen the right way. Fair, insured, and local. Need tree help? Call the Chainsaw Brothers. 316-1013. 316-1013.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
It is ESPN Asheville. You're back in the Sportsocracy, coming to you live from the Ingalls studio and the NFLDraft.net Mullet Manor. Jeremy, it doesn't get much weirder than this. So over in Istanbul, they're having some trouble at one of their ports. One of their big shipping lanes is dealing with something that I didn't think it existed, but here we are. A noxious algal bloom has invaded the Conorand marinus with sea snot. That is probably the grossest term for any natural occurring thing on the planet. Sea snot. And it's blue. I feel like that's a sign that no one should ever go to Istanbul again. I know it's like real creepy down in the Gulf of Mexico when have you ever seen the red tide that comes in, Jeremy?
I have not.
The red algal blooms. Oh, they're wicked. And just freaky looking, because I mean it feels like something biblical because the water's all red. Like a Moses tail or something. But a blue sea snot, I think that ups the I think that ups the ante here. And that would probably be a sign that you should probably just never go there. So, if you were thinking about going to Istanbul and swimming in the Sea of Marmara, I wouldn't suggest it.
My story is about something that could have been, but shan't. It's Livy Dunn. Livy Dunn's 22 years old, gymnast from LSU, and she's dating Pittsburgh Pirate pitcher Paul Skeens, who we should already be starting a social media campaign to get him out of Pittsburgh. Well, according to her TikTok, she is ready to make her first gigantic purchase in life. She wanted to buy real estate. And she found exactly what she wanted. It was an apartment in New York. But it wasn't just any apartment. It was a $1.59 million apartment on the Upper West Side. It's located at 345 West 88th Street, and it once belonged to none other than Babe Ruth. She wanted to buy it in cash, of which, I'm not going to lie to you, I had to throw that part in just solely because I realized that a 22-year-old gymnast could buy a $1.6 million apartment in cash, and it pissed me off to no end, so I had to do it to you. So she applied.
Yeah.
Through the co-op. It's a co-op. If you don't know what that means, Google it because I'm not going to take the time to explain it. It's kind of involved. She said, so a few months ago, I decided I was going to make my first real estate purchase, which is so exciting. I was going to buy an apartment in New York City. It was Babe Ruth's apartment. Naturally, I'm telling everybody I was excited. I was going to buy it, and I was going to buy it cash. Again, Livy, you didn't have to throw that last part in there. The week that I was supposed to get my keys to my brand new apartment, I get a call. The co-op denied me. The people in the building voted not to have me live there. Okay. Maybe. This just doesn't make sense to me. But why does a board get to choose who lives in a building? I believe that's why we have price tags on things. And we live in a capitalistic society where she had a money and she should be able to buy it. Am I wrong in that?
You are not wrong in that.
I see things like this and I immediately go, this is why I can't live in a neighborhood with an HOA. Because the first person that came to me and said, oh, sorry, the tires on your truck were actually 3 centimeters past where they're, I'm going to open palm slap you. Because to me, there is nothing that is more demeaning from one man to another man than to open palm slap him. And that's what you're fitting to get from me. My best friend lives in an HOA that they've had a battle about this guy that with his boat. So he lives down on the lake in South Carolina. And he has a boat. Well, he pulls the boat out at night and hooks it up to the truck. Well, apparently it's in the HOA rules that you cannot have a boat out in front of your house. He hooks it up at night so he doesn't shine headlights and things like that in people's windows at 4 o'clock in the morning when he goes to take off.
Okay.
You see how that sounds like common sense?
Sure.
The HOA just wants him to load it up in the morning. They don't want it sitting connected overnight because it makes the community look a little ratty. Who's driving through your neighborhood at 10 o'clock at night other than people that already live there? You idiots.
We don't want the paper boy to see it. We just couldn't possibly.
What'll happen if the raccoons see this boat hitched up? They'll think they have to go raid trash cans in a nicer neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
Morons.
I had a buddy that lived. I had a buddy that lived in a really nice neighborhood in Germantown, Tennessee, which is right outside of Memphis. And every week, his HOA head would come around and measure their grass. And if it was over like 3/4 of an inch or something, you got fined like $100. And you got fined $100 like every day you didn't cut it, that it was past the 3/4 of an inch or whatever. And that was the day where I went, I'll never live in one of these.
Thankfully
now I live in one of those, and it's nothing like that. So,
see, I'm passive aggressive. The first time somebody, and I'm shocked Tank didn't laugh at that. I'm just aggressive, but I'm setting up a joke here. The first time that I saw somebody come and measure my grass, I would hide a bear trap in my yard, and I would wait. Of every time that Gerald showed up to mow my grass, I'd just sit back and go, this is going to suck for you one day because I ain't cutting it until you figure out why I'm sitting here looking at you.
Yeah. Livy Dunn being able to pay $2 million?
1.6
for an apartment. $1.6 million for an apartment in cash is it is very jarring.
Well, I mean, frankly, I think they did her a favor.
Not. Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, because it's a rat hole.
I mean,
this looks like a rat hole.
For $1.6 million in New York City, yeah.
For $1.6 million, I, this guy right here, will go to the beach. I will buy a seaside shanty and a bar. I will call it the Mullet, and I will sling drinks for the rest of my life, and I will live very happy.
I was going to say you'll still have $500,000 left over.
For sure. And I'll need that for when the bar loses money every year when the tourists go away. Already thought it through, Tank.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's your little that's your little safety net.
For 6 months, I will live like 6 months out of the year, I will live like a king. And for the other 6 months, I would live like a peasant.
Yeah, the one that hit me was, I guess it was yesterday, where the Oklahoma City Thunder have given the max extension to 22-year-old Chet Holmgren for $250 million over the next 5 years. Okay, that's a 22-year-old guy with $250 million.
Which means he makes $50 million a year, which means he only makes $38 less million a year than the number of pounds he weighs. Because he weighs 78 pounds. That would be 28. I did the math wrong. Apologies.
Yeah. That's
I was more worried about the punchline than the mathing.
Yes. College football's greatest rivalries. We're going to do a daily draft coming up at the top of the hour where each of us will draft our favorite college football rivalries. The length of a rivalry, Jeremy, how much does it matter to you into the weight of how important a rivalry is?
A little, but not a ton. See, for me, the world started in 1987. So anything you did before that, I don't really care.
Okay.
Because I was born in that year. And so what you did in the 1942 version of I don't care even a little. Don't care. I don't care. You had athletes, and I use that term very liberally, that had more in common with me than they do with athletes of today. So I don't really care.
To me, recency bias is more important in this argument than I think any other argument that we have. Because if it's no longer a rivalry, then is it really a rivalry at all?
So, like, give me one that you think is no longer a rivalry.
Oh, let's see here.
Because I've gone through the top 50 on this list, and any of these teams play each other today, it's not going to be pretty.
What do you mean it's not going to be pretty?
Oh, there's still hatred there, even if you don't play every year.
Oh, sure. Sure. I mean, look, the hatred is going to be there regardless because, I mean, that's ingrained into you. I mean, I guess I'm looking at more from the outside looking in. Because, yes, you said it earlier, Nebraska, Colorado. I'm sure that's probably a rivalry that gets hype, or did when it still occurred. Are they even still playing that game since they're not in the same conference anymore?
No, I couldn't even tell you the last time they played it. I remember the game happening, but I can't tell you what year that was.
But in the historic rivalries of college football, The Athletic believes that this is the 33rd best rivalry in college football history.
Oh, they did a home and home the last 2 years. I thought that sounded familiar. That was the team when we were at Tennessee, NC State last year that just beat the high bejesus out of Colorado. And it made me go, yeah, Shedeur Sanders ain't that dude. Because you can watch that tape and go,
Right. But here again, Nebraska, Colorado, I mean, all-time series, Nebraska has won 2 out of every 3 games. Is that really a rivalry?
No, it had a little heyday.
Just because they played a bunch of games in the 1980s and the first matchup between the two of them was 1898? Well, congratulations that you guys played on a cow field all those years ago. But just because you've played it several times doesn't mean that it's necessarily a rivalry.
Look, between
you can have a – go ahead.
Between 1992 and last year, they played that game 23 times. Colorado's won it 7 of them. That's not a rivalry. That's a dead rivalry.
That's where I'm at.
Which is why it's comical to me that that's ahead of Tennessee, Florida.
Dumb.
Stop. Or Texas, Arkansas, or Notre Dame and the military academies, or LSU, Ole Miss. That's just stupid. Like, it is stupid to have that high on this list. And then you get into some of the others that, like Harvard, Yale. Go away.
Stop.
Like, take your – I read through this list and I went, you have Harvard, Yale ahead of Pittsburgh, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, and Clemson, South Carolina. Tell me you don't know your head from a hole in the ground when it comes to college football without telling me. But they played it the first time in 1875. Yeah, and everybody that was at that game's been dead for 75 years. I don't care. Old doesn't matter. I'm sorry, it doesn't.
Agreed. Just because you played the first game of college football doesn't mean we have to care about your rivalry. I can't remember a time where a Harvard or Yale football player was relevant. Can you?
Because it hasn't happened.
I'm sure as the draft guy, you remember one.
That's because it hasn't happened since you and I have been relevant. What Harvard Yale guys? Eric Johnson was a defensive tackle that played at Harvard. Ryan Fitzpatrick played at Harvard. Princeton had Andrea Iashivas a couple years ago. There's just not much. I mean, it's just not there. How deep down this list did you read?
I've skimmed through the whole thing.
So you saw that Tennessee, Georgia, Clemson, Florida State, Alabama, Georgia were all 3 in the 50s, and they had Harvard, Yale at 20.
At 20.
Take, and I can't remember the guy's name that wrote this. Scott Dr. Man. That sounds like a doctor in a bad neighborhood. What's your name? Dr. Man. Scott Dr. Man.
Dr. Man.
At your service. And I have a feeling he's probably better at doctoring. He's probably better at this at doctoring than he is at this.
Right.
Alabama, Georgia at 50. Get somewhere immediately.
Dumb.
That's been the biggest game in the sport for 5 of the last 8 years.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. Like, you're the recency bias to me has to matter in this scenario, because those two teams have, I mean, not ruled the SEC, because there have been others, right? LSU had that year, but for the most part, for the last decade, these two teams have gone back and forth for the SEC championship. They played twice for a national championship. Georgia got the last one. And that is all of those games have been fantastic. To me, that means that rivalry has to rank higher. Despite the fact that the two teams have only met 74 times compared to Harvard and Yale's 140. Okay, well, the last 6 games between Alabama and Georgia have amounted to more than the entire histories of Harvard and Yale football combined.
See, this is what happened. And look, I get it. I know that a lot of people look at me and go, well, you're just a big meathead. I am. And I was also a jock and I'm a big sports guy. And this is one of those times that I have to look at Scott Dr. Man and say, shut up, nerd. Go talk about, I don't know, the fiscal responsibility and people's insurance yield, a bunch of words I don't know or care about. You're smarter than me, but I'm smarter than you at this. Because your list is stupid, which is why in the final hour of this show, Tank and I are going to fix it. Daily draft style.
Dr. Man bit off a little more than he could chew in this one, I think. 100 was ambitious. But then I think you got down to the end and you started going, I don't know. Maybe we'll just pick one.
Oh, you mean when he got to Richmond, William, and Mary?
Water.
Hey, I love that at 94 he just went, the Mid-American Conference. Which teams? Yeah. All of them. How about all of them? Does all of them count? Can I do that? Dr. Man. We have 2 super chats before we go into the break.
All right, let's get the old super chat music up here.
I'll read the first one. I want you to read the second one. First one's from Soaring Eagle, member chat. Said Michigan, Ohio State is the only genuine rivalry. I can't agree with that. I agree that it is a genuine rivalry. I can't agree that it's the only one. And in the next hour, we got a lot that are genuine rivalries. And trust me, I went to a school where there's a school that we hate a lot.
But what constitutes a genuine rivalry?
I don't know. I would like an elaborate. Soaring Eagle, comment that in the chat for the next hour of what makes a genuine rivalry.
Yeah,
and then you have another one.
Kevin Mullen says Kyle Shanahan cleans his AirPods with his tongue. Ugh.
That was what I started laughing at a minute ago because I read that and I went, that's the second one of those Kevin has had in this week that was just outrageously funny to me.
He's asked the question of NFC West defensive DVOA rankings in order. Says, love the show. Much love from San Diego. Thank you, Kevin.
You're from San Diego. God, Kevin, you are just – you drew the geographic ace of clubs. San Diego is my favorite place in America. So I don't know which one he's asking. So last year the ranking in order was Arizona, San Francisco, Rams, Seattle. If he's asking for this year, I will say San Francisco ends up last on that list. It gets really hard with the other 3. I'll go San Francisco, the Rams, and this is in reverse order. 4 will be San Francisco, 3 will be the Rams, 2 will be Seattle, and 1 will be Arizona. If I'm going to buy into it, I might as well buy in it as aggressively as I can.
All right, there you have it. Fully behind the Cardinals in 2025 is Flostradamus.
I'm just gonna go to Fanatics and order a bunch of Cardinal stuff. It's almost like my love of Tennessee and South Carolina and college football. It's time that I just steer into it. I don't even really have teams anymore. There's teams I like, there's teams I don't like, but I don't have a favorite team.
You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, the Daily Draft. Best rivalries in college football coming up next.
ESPN Asheville.
Clear.
Thank you.
Your mountain weather forecast.
Showers and thunderstorms will increase in coverage this afternoon. The high today around 86 degrees.
Yeah,
More rain is possible this evening.
Immediately started laughing.
I couldn't get my areas of fog as the low falls into the mid-60s. It'll be a wet Saturday with periods of showers and thunderstorms, especially during the afternoon with a high around 87. More rain Saturday evening with a low dropping to 65 overnight. Early sun will give way to afternoon thunderstorms on Sundays. The high approaches 89. I'm Jeff Marr from the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. It's cake batter. It's cookie dough. It's the new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard treat. Now at participating DQ locations for a limited time. Fly in today for this cosmic collision of flavor. And don't miss Superman, only in theaters July 11th. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Once you're $1,000 richer after you win bonus bucks, you'll have to decide on whether you'll tell everybody or winning happens every weekday, right here.
Win $1,000 on ESPN Asheville. Is your truck wimpy, trailer barely hanging on, shed crumbling? Leonard Truck Outfitters, the largest truck outfitters in the Southeast, supercharges your gear. Rugged bedliners, hardcore truck accessories, top trailers, and sheds built to last. With over 100 locations and years of experience, visit LeonardUSA.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery.
Jesus, it just thundered and it sounded like a damn airplane just landed on the building.
Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger.
Sweet. I'm loving this whole at
who get it
3
done.
o'clock every day. It just goes World War hell.
Something is
right.
Something in our city.
City has been overrun by criminals.
Check in all day.
That's chaos.
It's always something.
There really is something
It
there.
rained so
On News
hard when I
Radio
came back from
570
Greenville the other day.
WWNC.
Dan
The
Scott
truck
here
was
inviting you to
hydroplaned.
check out my new show every
Do you know how
Sunday,
deep
8
water
to 9
has to be on the
a.m.
road
here
for that
on
truck to
ESPN
hydroplane?
Asheville.
Oh, yeah.
And Faith Together. The Dan Scott Show, 8 a.m. Sundays on ESPN Asheville.
I'm Mark Starling, and this Medical Minute is brought to you by Swain Community Hospital. July is UV Safety Month, and at
That
Swain
reminded me.
Community Hospital, we want to help you stay safe in the sun. With hot sunny days and outdoor fun in full swing, it's more important than ever to protect yourself from harmful UV rays. Yes, sunshine helps your body make vitamin D, but too much of it can cause painful sunburns,
What are you doing the
premature aging,
23rd?
eye damage, and even skin cancer, the most common cancer in the U.S. The good news, it's all preventable. Here are 5 simple ways to protect yourself. Seek shade, especially between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Wear protective clothing, hats, and sunglasses. Use SPF 30 or higher sunscreen, and don't forget to reapply. Check your local UV index before heading out. And be aware that some medications can increase your sun sensitivity. These small steps can make a big difference. Your skin and your future self will thank you. Visit SwainCommunity.com to learn more.
Folks, I hope you're ready. Coming up next month, the best party ever to hit Cox Avenue. It's the Big Wiener. You thinking it was something I was supposed to do on the 23rd, and I can't remember what it was.
Interview Ryan
It's on the
Blaney.
South Slope.
You're supposed to
9
change the date because
teams
you're
will
off that day.
compete. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Royal Wiener. Hosted by food stars The Vulgar Chef and The Food in My Beard, with local celebrity judges and comedians from the Asheville Comedy Festival, all for a good cause, supporting Link for Life's free mental health counseling for Asheville's food and beverage workers. Tickets are on sale now.
From the Ingalls Studio,
WPEK Fairview,
WMXF Waynesville,
W225CJ Candler,
the #1 preset in your car, and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Pay. That's pay. Enter it now.
Go to ESPNAVL.com to play, and good luck.
Live from the Ingalls Studio,
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
the Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dog eat! Let him on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh my God. The Jets killed him.
We're back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. Sportsocracy's heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app, and we are seen everywhere on YouTube. All you got to do is go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, and then subscribe to the chat once you're through to the YouTube page, and that way you can get into the chat with us. You become a member of the House of Reprehensibles, and super chat and all those things right here in the Sportsocracy. Jeremy, it's time for a daily draft. We've been talking college football rivalries. Now it's time to claim our favorites.
This daily draft is going to go a little different than any one we've ever done, because we're trying to replace a list that, well, let's be really honest, it sucks on ice.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't just go our normal, you pick 5, I pick 5. So I opine that we go the rest of the hour and we both pick 10.
Ooh. Okay. That's okay. I'm in. I am all game. Number one pick.
I will give it to you.
You're going to give it to me. All right. Number one pick. I will go Michigan, Ohio State.
I had a feeling you would.
To me, it is the rivalry of all rivalries in college football. Neither of these schools, aside from, here and there, I feel like have ever been off of the national stage. Right up until Jim Harbaugh figured it out. That was a rough little stretch for Michigan. Ohio State's been, I can't remember a year that they've not been competitive, at least in this century. It has the recency, it has the history. I feel like it has two iconic stadiums that they play at every year.
There are 130, I think it's 134, 137 FBS schools. Do you know how many of them have never lost 8 games in a season?
I do not.
In their program history as FBS schools, and yes, that is important, how many have not ever lost 8 games in a year?
5.
It's Ohio State. That's the only one.
That's it?
That's it. That's the only one.
Okay.
Now, I say that to say this. Here's why I would not have had it won. You do realize that Michigan was damn near irrelevant for 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'd win 9 games. That doesn't make you relevant. And I'm going to level with you. I think they're going to struggle to be super relevant again. I don't love Sharon Moore. I just don't. I think he's a good coach, not a great coach.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're getting it. And this is not a shot at Michigan. This is just me being honest about the landscape of college football right now. It's going to be hard to be really, really competitive. And when I say competitive, I mean national title competitive. When you're competing against LSU and Georgia and Florida State and Clemson and Alabama and all of these schools that are in warm weather climates, when you're in Michigan and it's cold as blue blazes. Ohio State's the most prestigious school in the country. I don't even think that's debatable. People seem to want to debatable it with me. I don't see it. I see a lot of you that belong in that discussion, but I don't see any of you passing them. Mm-hmm. I get it that Michigan-Ohio State is a great rivalry. It's a great game. It's really only been as good as it is right now for about the last 4 years. It wasn't the game to talk about until then, and I feel like people have a recency bias. Matt Penn has a really great point that they're putting ridiculous pressure on Bryce Underwood to be a superstar from snap one, the high-level freshman that they just brought in here.
Yeah.
I don't think this is as good as other people make it out to be. I think it's the best in the country right now. Mm-hmm. If you go back even 5 years, it wasn't.
Soaring Eagle says the Michigan-Ohio State game is the only genuine rivalry. We asked for some clarification on that, and he says one where the two schools absolutely despise each other, which that includes a lot of rivalries.
Sure.
And then he says, and one that's I don't know, halfway falafeling competitive. That means that not Nebraska and Dion's Temu Toon Squad.
The Dion's Temu Toon Squad.
I'll give you points for that.
I'm gonna remember that one. That's a good.
That's
one.
a good one. No, I see. I can't go there with you because there are a lot of them. There are a lot of rivalries that are competitive.
Oh, a lot of them are incredibly competitive. And the thing is
right,
that most of them have
Texas.
like tide changes. One team will win 3 years in a row. The other team will win 2 years in a row. Then the first one will win 2. Then the other one will win 3. And you do this a lot with a lot of these. I mean, in Minnesota, Wisconsin, which is in the top 10 of the athletics list, no, seriously, is 63, 63, and 8. That's high-level competitive. I'll go ahead and tell you, we only have 20 picks here. I probably won't be picking that one. Just throwing it out there.
Yep.
We have a lot that are competitive. We have some that have been really skewed one way for a few years, but I would have said the same thing about Michigan, Ohio State not all that long ago. I mean, you remember how long we talked about, man, Jim Harbaugh just can't beat Ohio State. Talked about that for a long time.
Michigan has won the last 4 meetings between the two schools. Before that, there was a gap from, let's go all the way back to 2001 down to 2019.
Michigan won it twice.
2001 to 2019, Michigan won twice.
That's why I'm pushing back on this is the best rivalry. You were a doormat for 2 decades. I get it. It's great now. It ain't my 1. And I'm going to level with you. I'm not sure it would have been my 2.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't have come back to you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, who's your 1?
My 1's Oklahoma, Texas. Red River rivalry is it just hits different. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not even a fan of either one of those schools. If I had to choose a preference, it would be Texas, but it's not by a ton. But those games are just always competitive, last year notwithstanding. And if you look at that rivalry, that's the one that I was talking about a few minutes ago, where they've alternated 4 years in a row. Texas wins, Oklahoma wins, Texas wins, Oklahoma wins. Before that, Oklahoma had won 3. Then Texas won 1. Oklahoma won 2. Texas won 2 out of 3. Oklahoma won 3. Texas won 4 out of 5. Oklahoma won 5 in a row. Texas won 8 out of 10. It's just a sea shift of these teams. But it's always because one of them's, in large part, one of them's been really good. One of them has not been as good. And the best chance for the good one to be beaten was the other one.
Yes.
And it's on a neutral site, which I'm a huge fan of.
Because you were the only, you're the only 2 relevant teams in that conference for a long time.
Sure. But it's a whole spectacle. It's on the fairgrounds there. It's at the Cotton Bowl. I love everything about that rivalry, and I always have. And that was before they even went to the SEC. It was the only reason I cared about the Big 12 for 20-some-odd years.
Right. I don't believe there's ever been a time where I sat down and watched one of those games.
I don't think there's been a year where I haven't sat down and watched it.
Really?
I'll be honest with you. I've watched probably double the number of Red River rivalries that I've ever watched of Michigan, Ohio State.
Wow.
Because outside of the last 4 years, why did I care? Tank, I'm 38 years old. For 20 years, that was not a rivalry. It was Ohio State mushes the face of Michigan the last Saturday of the regular season. Why am I supposed to care? If you take those 2 sets back, I'm 14 years old. And there have been some wild Red River rivalries. Now, I have to play my opponent, not necessarily do this in order. I am trying to build the best team of 10 rivalries. There is one that I really like that I don't really have much of a fear of you taking, so I feel like I can skip it.
Okay.
I'm going to say something, and if you want to tell me to pound sand, you feel free. Am I wrong that I feel like my next choice should have Florida State in it?
I mean, it's probably not. It probably wouldn't be, something I would do, but I mean, it's you got two great choices, and
that's really my problem. I feel like I'm
you
deciding between Florida State, and Miami, Florida State.
Right.
I'm going to go Miami, Florida State, solely because it had a higher high side. It's been good forever. The high side of it was better in the 90s, in late 90s, early 2000s, when both of these teams were super national title relevant. Florida State is not as good of a rivalry as people make it out to be. And I'll be honest with you, I am a lifelong Florida State fan. I hate Florida more than I hate Florida State, or more than I hate Miami. But the rivalry's been a changing of tides. For 20 years, basically, if Florida's been good, Florida State hasn't been. If Florida State's been good, Florida hasn't been. And it's just hard for me to go back into especially in the early 90s, where Florida State was beating Florida every single year. You had the Werfel years, then you had the Tebow years. Outside of that, Florida State dominated that rivalry from about 93 on. And then you had a big Florida surge in the 2000s. I just don't see it as high. Miami, Florida State put an insane number of NFL players into the NFL for a long period of time. And I'm talking high-level all-pros.
Miami, Florida State. Number 2 rivalry. That seems a little high, but okay. I get it.
So you say it seems a little high. What are you taking
that matters
over?
Most to you?
What are you taking over it?
Well, my next selection, I will take over it at Alabama, Auburn.
Okay, that's the one I thought you were talking about. I can't name you a time that I actually thought that rivalry was better than Florida State, Miami, now included. Alabama's kicked their ass for 15 years, outside of Cam Newton.
For the most part.
That's it. And there's never been a time in Miami, Florida State that rivalry was that way. I'm sorry, Auburn is the Kim Kardashian of college football. You can keep telling me how hot she is. I don't see it. Just straight up, I don't get it. And I've seen every inch of it. Thanks, Ray J. I just don't understand what you're telling me. Why is this team supposedly so good? They're not. They had one high-level time with Cam Newton, and then you got to go all the way back to Bo Jackson before they were in that upper echelon. I just don't see it.
Auburn is one of those programs that, so the last few years haven't been great. But before that, I mean, they had a pretty good run where they were in the top 25 quite a bit. And they have quite a few matchups of Alabama's 1, Auburn's number 6.
Awesome, and they
Alabama
never won.
1, Auburn number 4.
Awesome, and they never won. And a lot of times they weren't even competitive when they were ranked
Auburn
highly.
actually won all of those games I just said.
Okay.
The games that I just gave you, Auburn won those games.
Since 2008, this game has been played 17 times. Auburn's won 4 of them. Now, they had won 7 of 8 in the 8 years before that. That's not a rivalry. There's no changing of the tides there. It was Auburn for one little period of time. Other than that, Alabama has mushed your face for the vast majority of this entire rivalry. I'll be 100% honest with you. I wouldn't have taken Auburn, Alabama with my next 2 picks. And I knew you were going to do it.
Jesus.
I'll tell you a great stat about this rivalry that a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
From 2000 to 2007, Auburn won 7 of 8 games against Alabama. The first 9 times they did this, Auburn won 7 times. So that's 14 victories in 17 years? That goes all the way back to 1893. They've only won 23 times outside of that. In 115 years, they've only won this game 23 times outside of 2 8-year windows. That's not a rivalry. That's a big brother beating a pee-pee out of his little brother until little brother got. I didn't know what I was allowed to say there. I got up on the mountaintop and I didn't know how to finish it.
Where is he going?
And then for a little while, little brother went, cool, he's sleeping. Let me hit him in the head with a rock. Alabama is 10 times the program that Auburn ever thought of being.
Mm-hmm.
That worked out so well. I set you up to do that, and I feel so good of my choices. It sounded like I did something nice. Here, you take the number one pick, and then you took two that straight up I did not want.
Wow. Okay. Number one and number two rivalries in college football. Auburn, Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State. And you know what? I'm taking Army Navy.
Damn it! No!
Yep.
That was the one I didn't think I had to take.
Yep.
Oh.
You ain't getting it back.
I hate you and I hope you die.
I know.
I would have taken that
First
as
meeting
two.
November 29th, 1890. They met 125 times. Navy leads the all-time series 63, 55, and 7.
We have a super chat about Army Navy.
It's the annual spectacle at the end of the year. It gets its own damn week. It's got to be on this list, despite whether I watch it or not.
Red Sea.
All right, who hit us with a super chat?
Red Sea. If someone doesn't pick the Army-Navy game, I'd demand a redo. I didn't think I had to do it because he dookies on it every single year, and now I'm mad that he has it. It's disingenuous. You're a liar. You're a liar, sir. It is not your 3. You just did that to make me angry. I know you did.
Bingo. Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. Play your opponent.
And I will give you credit. You didn't play your opponent so hot in the first two. But you did do a good job there.
Oh, Red Sea says he feels like that's his fault.
Oh, it's not. He would have done it anyway because he knew. As soon as I said there's one that I feel like I don't have to take, he knew exactly what I was talking about.
Yes, I knew it was the Army-Navy game that you were talking about.
Oh, God. If I had
a major TV network has aired the Army-Navy game every year since 1947. CBS took it over in 1996. And, again, it gets its own damn week. Of course it needs to be on this list. And the pageantry of it is unmatched.
Legit. If I had not been doing, like if I was ranking these, Army-Navy would probably have been my 1.
Mm-hmm.
I honest to God think I would have taken it at 1 if I wasn't competing with you. Because I do think it's the best rivalry in college football.
Mm-hmm.
And I will give you credit. You got one over on me there because I didn't think you'd do it.
We'll take a break here in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. The top college football rivalries daily draft continues after this.
Once you're a
clear
pitcher after you win bonus bucks, you'll have to decide.
I knew that was coming.
The winning happens every weekday.
You to have sex with yourself.
With $1,000 on ESPN Asheville. Is your truck wimpy, trailer barely hanging on, shed crumbling? Leonard Truck Outfitters, the largest truck outfitters in the Southeast, supercharges your gear. Rugged bedliners, hardcore truck accessories, top quality trailers, and sheds built to last. With over 100 locations and years of experience, visit LeonardUSA.com.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Hit play on the perfect summer playlist like Summer Classics, road tripping with commercial-free weekends on Smells Like the 90s? Or zone out in the shade with a good podcast? Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now.
Folks, I hope you're ready. Coming up next month, the best party ever to hit Cox Avenue. It's the Big Wiener Party at Bear Smokehouse Barbecue. Saturday, August 9th from 2 to 6 on the South Slope. 9 teams will compete, topping 2,700 hot dogs and only 1 Royal Wiener. Hosted by food stars The Vulgar Chef and The Food in My Beard, with local celebrity judges and comedians from the Asheville Comedy Festival, all for a good cause, supporting Link for Life's free mental health counseling for Asheville's food and beverage workers. Tickets are on sale now.
Buying or selling a home doesn't have to be stressful. Let me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert, guide you every step of the way. Whether you're searching for your dream home, looking to sell quickly, or exploring investment opportunities, I've got the experience and the tools to get you the best deal possible. Call me, Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty at 828-774-6343. Let's make your real estate dreams a reality. I'm your trusted realtor. I'm making moves and making dreams come true.
At Ingles Weather, we're celebrating Friday Night Rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park. It's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Bear Smokehouse Barbecue in Asheville has 2 things that all Sportsocracy fans crave: bold flavors and big portions. Oh, yeah. And they've got the balls. Bear's famous bear balls are packed with mac and cheese, pulled pork, cornbread, and deep fried and then topped with bacon and cheese sauce. This is the place to be. Live music on Saturdays and the first Sunday of every month. They partner with the Guitar Bar to host Mr. Jimmy's Barbecue Blues. Bear Smokehouse Barbecue in downtown Asheville and South Asheville.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
It is the Sportsocracy coming to you live on ESPN Asheville. I'm Tank Spencer in the Ingles studio. He's Jeremy Green in the NFLDraft.net. Mullet Manor, the Daily Draft today, the best college football rivalries in the country. I started with the rivalry, Michigan, Ohio State. Jeremy in his fervor took Oklahoma, Texas 1, Miami, Florida State 2. Then I've got Alabama, Auburn, the Iron Bowl, and Army, Navy, which almost made Jeremy cuss me on the air, which I do take some pride in.
He is Phallus Spencer, a big wiener party in and of himself, and not the way you want him to be.
Joshua Penix in the YouTube comment says, honestly, I think Army-Navy is the top rivalry in college football. It's competitive, extremely popular, and regardless of their records, it always matters at least a little.
I agree with all of that, which is why I was going to take it with this pick until the jerk on the other end of this microphone took it from me.
All right, your next selection.
Well, I'm going to take Florida State, so that one's obvious. Florida State's weird in that they basically have 3 rivals. Outside of that, they play nothing but nondescript games every single year. But I think they're some of the best rivalries in the sport. And I'll tell you why I like them so much. Because look how much talent comes out of Florida. So you get all these guys that grew up playing against each other. One of them winds up at Florida State, one of them winds up at Miami, and then they wind up guarding each other. And so you get high-level competitive football with some of the best players in the country. Florida State in the Spurrier days was absolutely special. I mean special. I remember I hated Steve Spurrier growing up. Hated him. Hated his voice. Hated that stupid visor. Hated everything he ever said. And I remember that I, to the day, remember when he said, "That's Free Shoes University over there." Mm-hmm. Thanks, Cooper. But if you look at it from since about, I'll say 90, probably 93 was about the time it changed. It was a tale of 2 decades before then. Mm-hmm. Florida State dominated from 77 to about 92. Florida dominated when it was early, back in the true Gatorade days, before Florida State became Florida State. The 90s to now, it's been a changing of tides. Florida would win for a few years. Florida State win for a few years. And there was some back and forth back when they were both real, true, honest-to-God national title contenders. Mm-hmm. The question is, what am I going to take next? And I'm going to lean on the historical here. And I'm going to go Notre Dame USC. That has been a premier rivalry for a long, long time. And I know it's coming to an end, but I don't think it's going to end for long. These are the kind of things that we have to protect. In college football, you have to protect your rivalries here, or you're going to be up a creek in terms of on-field product.
Notre Dame, USC, the Bush Push series.
And we don't say that term here. we don't ever say that. That cost me more money in one illegal movement than I have ever lost in one day in my life.
Wow.
That was the first huge gambling loss I ever took.
Mm-hmm. That's it's unfortunate that it's going to come to a small hiatus, but I think I agree with you. I don't think that's one that disappears for long.
I will be shocked if it disappears for.
Do you think it's
real period of time.
And here's the second level of that. Do you think it comes back because Notre Dame joins the Big Ten?
That could be it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
They could end up in the Big Ten.
Right.
But those two need to play each other every year.
I would agree. That is one of the most historic rivalries in college football. Time for another break here in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400.
ESPN Asheville.
Clear.
Thank
you. Your mountain weather forecast.
Showers and thunderstorms will increase in coverage this afternoon. The high today around 86 degrees. More rain is possible this evening. And then a partly cloudy sky overnight with areas of fog as the low falls into the mid-60s. It'll be a wet
skip crimes.
Showers and thunderstorms, especially during the afternoon with a high around 87. More rain Saturday evening with a low dropping to 65 overnight. Early sun will give way to afternoon thunderstorms on Sunday as the high approaches 89. I'm Jeff Marr from the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Apple Tree Superstore.
How about a new Acura in the driveway for summer from Apple Tree Acura, like the 2025 Acura ADX, RDX, or the 2025 MDX. Apple Tree Acura, home of the Apple Tree Advantage and the lifetime powertrain warranty. I-26 Airport Road, Asheville.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers.
Gary Birch has a really good point.
So you show up to the wedding looking like you're
early
going
on
grocery
in
shopping.
the Florida State
at least your
rivalry.
sneakers will look good in the pictures.
They'd only been letting men
you're
into the
cropped out
school
of every
for
last
8
one of
years.
them. So go ahead and get Progressive so
was
you
a
can
girls'
save while
school
protecting
until
the
49.
things that matter to you. Affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming one more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer.
And last year,
Getting
they were
real
just throwing
unlimited
back
data
to
where you
that
buy
time.
bananas,
They played
the
like it was
ultimate
still an
no-brainer.
all-girls
Switch
school.
now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2025 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com.
I couldn't hear you. You broke up on me. What?
I said last year Florida State was just throwing back to the old days and played like they were still an all-girls school.
You've got apps for everything. Music, drink coffee.
Try to reconnect real quick.
Live radio experience. It's radio.
Boop. Boop.
Millions already listening. The free iHeartRadio app.
Yo.
The #1 app for radio.
Folks, I hope you're ready. Coming up next month, the best party ever to hit Cox Avenue. It's the Big Wiener Party at Bear's Smokehouse Barbecue. Saturday, August 9th from 2 to 6 on the South Slope. 9 teams will compete, topping 2,700 hot dogs and only 1 Royal Wiener. Hosted by food stars The Vulgar Chef and The Food in My Beard, with local celebrity judges and comedians from the Asheville Comedy Festival. All for a good cause, supporting Link for Life's free mental health counseling for Asheville's food and beverage workers. Tickets are on sale now.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Lean, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we are Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
The Sportsocracy.
What are you people? On dope?
All right, it is ESPN Asheville extended daily draft today. Talking about the best college football rivalries as we continue to count down the days to the college football season. 43 days away from week 0.
43 days. Darren Sproles days until Iowa State, Kansas State, in old Dublin, Ireland.
All right, we are looking at the best rivalries in college football so far. Michigan, Ohio State, Bama, Auburn, Army, Navy, and my camp. You got the Red River Rivalry, Miami, Florida State, Florida State, and Notre Dame, USC.
Yeehaw. I feel like this is where we're about to take very divergent paths.
Probably so. My next selection is going to be there's so many good ones in the
there are a lot of good ones in this
honey hole. Yeah, there are a lot of good ones. But I'm going SEC with my rivalries next. Third Saturday in October. I know that's been a lopsided one for several years. Alabama taking many of those matchups. But it's the way that those losses make UT fans feel that makes me feel warm inside. It's a rivalry that shouldn't be a rivalry, but they really, really care about it. Like, man, I can't wait till the third Saturday in October till Alabama comes and kicks our ass again. And then it happens, and they're all shocked. Like, I can't believe they beat us again.
At Sportsocracy ESPN. Tennessee fans have always liked me better, and I think I'm starting to understand why. You do understand Tennessee's beat them 2 of the last 3 times, right?
Yeah. So they beat them 17 times before that.
It was 14, but
it was 14.
It was 14. It was 14, and you're being a little disingenuous here because Tennessee had just done the exact same thing to Alabama for the 20 years before that.
Sure they did.
I am shocked this is the one you took.
93 to 2006, Tennessee owned that rivalry. And then 2007 to 2021, they didn't win a single game in the rivalry. And then the last couple of years, you had that, that 52 to 49 game a few years back between Tennessee and Alabama was a phenomenal game.
I'm shocked that's the one you
again.
took.
Why are you shocked?
Because there was another one. There was another one I thought you were going to take. I'm surprised it was that one. I'm not saying you're wrong. It surprises me a little bit.
I guess we're gonna have some kind of a college football rivalries draft. We do have one more break to take, so I think I should go ahead and take it.
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. Oh, there he is. Now I can hear you.
You disappeared. I could hear you perfectly, but you apparently couldn't hear me.
Yeah, you froze out not only on the brick here, but also on the video screen. So it's like, what is happening right now? Okay, we're reconnected. We should be okay. Bama and UT. That's where I'm going. Third Saturday in October. Historic rivalry, and hopefully for Tennessee, that thing will take a turn. The Kalen DeBoer years could be good to the Tennessee Volunteers. And then I got to take Georgia, Florida after that.
That's still not the one I thought you were going to take. I am dumbfounded now that you've taken two SEC rivalries in a row, and neither one was the one that I thought you were taking.
Oh, okay.
And I had already mentally chalked up that it wasn't coming back to me, and you still didn't take it.
Okay. Which one is that?
Alabama LSU. That was the best rivalry in the sport for a decade. I feel like you got one over on me with Army-Navy. I feel like I'm back in the game now.
That was a pretty good rivalry. Still is.
Oh, for sure.
A pretty good rivalry.
We kind of skipped over Florida, Georgia. Give your reasoning on that one.
Well, look, I feel like this rivalry falls into the category of genuine rivalry. There are few schools in sports, few entities in sports that hate each other more than the University of Georgia and the University of Florida. They have long held that game at a neutral site, partially because, and probably a main reason, is because every time they held the game on campuses, the campuses were getting destroyed by the other team, or the other team's fans. I don't think that was just hey, you know what'd be fun? Let's go have this game in Jacksonville.
No, it was we need to do that.
I don't think it went down that way.
No, we need to do that.
Right, like we have to do this.
We're tired of cleaning up after this, so if we could not do that, that would be awesome.
Precisely. Let's push that off onto somebody else. Look, and you talk about ebbs and flows in rivalries. I mean, it has come and gone with Georgia and Florida. There have been, days before you and I were born, Jeremy, that was Georgia's rivalry for a decade. And then Florida took it over in the 90s and the 2000s. Hell, I remember when I was an early Georgia Bulldogs fan in the early 2000s, that was a huge deal because then beaten Florida in so long. And now with, more recent eras, with the Kirby Smart era, and I guess it was the end of the Mark Richt era, Georgia started to get that game routinely. And, of course, it's looked pretty bad for the last few years because Florida's been so down, and Georgia has been obviously what they've been as the number 1 team in the country, number 2 team in the country every time they've faced each other for the last 4 years. It's a little rough when you get into that kind of a swing between 2 rivals, but it still matters. And don't think for a second that Georgia or that Ohio State and Michigan hate each other more than Georgia and Florida. I'll go equals with you, but you're not going to convince me that it's worse.
I would say it's equal. I could get down with equal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I took Alabama LSU. I think that one speaks for itself. There was about 10 years there.
Yes.
I mean, and that's been a rivalry for a long time. Alabama just dominated it early. And then it's gotten pretty good in the last couple decades.
Yeah. Competitive games. See, that's the other thing that I look at with these rivalries is, okay, so Alabama's won it a whole bunch of times against LSU. Yeah, but look at all of those 21-17s and 20-13 in overtime and 10-0 and even 24-10 was a hell of a game. Like, the games are competitive even though Alabama's always winning, right? Alabama goes on a 9-year win streak. Okay, but 5 of those games were decided by 1 possession. To me, that's still good rivalry territory.
Now I have to play you. I'm going to take Clemson, South Carolina.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm going to take Clemson, South Carolina.
I thought about it. That's good for you.
I'm going to take Clemson, South Carolina. It wasn't the best rivalry for a long time because South Carolina just wasn't a very good football program for 2 decades.
Right.
But now I'm almost looking at that one as – this is going to sound strange when I say it, but I'm almost taking that as what it is right now and what I think it's going to be for the next 10 to 20 years in addition to what it's already been. That's pure hatred. I mean, absolutely pure hatred. I've been working with our guys in Greenville.
No doubt.
We have to keep their shows apart from each other. We don't have that problem here. We do in Duke, North Carolina basketball, but there is a pure football hatred of you have to dedicate this is their time and this is their time because they will call into each other's shows and say vulgar things and get dropped. And it's been a little eye-opening to me.
I have never experienced in my limited travels and the limited places that I have lived, but I have never experienced an entire state of people that flips on the outcome of a football game. Like the morning after Clemson, South Carolina, and you wake up in the Palmetto State, you can feel the energy. You can feel the shift everywhere you go because they're wearing it loud and proud. And when the Gamecocks got one over, because when I worked down there in the early 2000s, that was the time where Clemson was winning all the games, and if South Carolina got to win one, it was block party everywhere. Flags flying off of trucks and just rubbing it in the Tigers' face. And then the same way the other way. That state is so divided, regardless of where you live. It's not like one half, the top half of the state is all South Carolina and the bottom half is all Clemson or vice versa.
Nope.
It is a complete split state. Households on every block that won't speak to each other for the week leading up to the game or the week after the game, because of how it came out. That is one of the great rivalries. And it took me living down there to understand it. Because it may not be a rivalry game that depends on or that determines who the national champion's going to be or who's going to play for the national champion. It is a turf war, probably the turf war.
It's crazy. If you've never lived through it, you just don't get it. All right, so we have about a minute per pick for the rest of the draft.
All right, here we go. My next selection after Clemson, South Carolina, I will take Georgia, Alabama. That's a new one. I mean, they played each other quite a bit over the years, but for me, it is the fact that it was 50 on the athletics list is stupid.
That's too low.
When you have two teams who have
50's too low, but I understand why it was so low. I mean, they've only played 17 or 16 times in my lifetime. Back to 90, they've only played 16 times, and of those, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them have been in the last 5 years.
Yes.
But it's been so hot for the last 5
of those games.
For sure.
Right.
I mean, you got one in a national title game. You got it's two national title games. You're right.
Yep. 17 and 2021. We played for the national title, played for the SEC championship several years in a row. It's, this is one of those rivalries that more recently, it's not because they're on the schedule. It's because both teams were so good that they played for a championship against each other.
That's a good
Alabama LSU was right on my list. If you didn't take Alabama LSU, I was going to take both of these. Because a rivalry game that plays for a national championship immediately boosts you to the top of the list.
Agreed. And I'll be honest with you, when I took South Carolina Clemson, I almost took Alabama Georgia. I just couldn't get over they haven't played enough times, even though it's been so significant when they played here recently.
Right. I could be a total jackwagon.
I'll kill you
right now, but I'm not going to.
I'll actually kill you.
He's like, I will kill you right now.
I will drive to the studio and I will punch you in the face after you stole Army Navy. You will do the last 5 minutes of this show by yourself because I'll be en route to come kick you in the teeth.
For my 7th selection, I will take the rivalry that the Athletic had at number 10 on their list. Minnesota, Wisconsin. First of all, probably the coolest trophy in rivalry games with the giant Paul Bunyan axe. And the fact that series is 63-63-8 in 134 meetings since 1890. That is a rivalry.
That is a solid one. I will take the one that I feel like you were threatening to take, which is West Virginia Pitt. I would kill you.
Backyard brawl.
Because that is, to me, that one's actually in the top 10. I did live through it, and I do have a very dedicated side. Eat excrement Pitt. That one's it's super underrated, and it's kind of like the South Carolina one. If you haven't lived in that hour beltway up there, you don't get it. You don't get how bad we hated Pitt and how bad Pitt hated us. And you go drinking in Pittsburgh wearing West Virginia stuff, it could be a bad night.
Yep.
All
right.
I have several that I could take here. I don't think I'm quite ready to go off the board. You know what? And I'm going to say Matt Penn convinced me of this one. I don't know that I would have taken it had he not said it. It would have been on my list, but I don't know if I'd have taken it here. I'm going to go Michigan State. That, and I've heard this from people before. When we talk about hate, the way South Carolina and Clemson, Pittsburgh, West Virginia, that's one of those. And there was a time where Michigan State was really, really good. That if that were to ever happen again, that could be this could be really low for that if Michigan State hadn't hit such a lull here in the last few years.
Okay. That would not have been my next Michigan choice, so I'll take my next Michigan choice here and go Michigan Notre Dame with my 8th selection.
Now that they don't play it, that was why I considered it, but
yeah, and to me that's one of those that we got to figure out a way to get it back.
No doubt. Yeah, put Notre Dame in the Big Ten, and it solves all the problems.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the way you solve it. Put Notre Dame in the Big Ten, then you get USC and Michigan back on the schedule each and every year. All right. Next, I will go with. Since you haven't taken it, I'll take Nebraska, Oklahoma.
I'll just go ahead and tell you I wasn't taking that one. I don't consider it a rivalry.
You weren't at all?
No.
Really?
Nah.
Okay.
I don't consider it a rivalry.
Nebraska's
been irrelevant forever.
Mm-hmm. And then I got to take Auburn, Georgia.
I wouldn't have taken any of those, so it's okay that you blew through my selections. You took 3 of that right there.
All right. Yeah, wrap her up.
All right.
We're running out of time.
Oh, good call. That is the clock is a thing. All right, my last ones, I'll go Ohio State, Penn State. It has not been a competitive rivalry, but it's been a lot of really good games that had a lot on the line. And then my last one, there's a lot of in-state battles. But the one SEC rivalry you didn't take, I'm going to take. It's Tennessee, Florida.
Okay. Ugly orange on ugly orange. We'll take it. Okay.
Oh, yeah. That for you is just can both teams lose?
Gross. Exactly. We're just, just rooting for the end of the game at that point. Oh, it just kicked off. I don't care. Turn it off. Those are ugly colors. You are in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We'll be back with you on Monday right here on 92.9. Don't forget, Braves baseball coming up tonight, and Major League Baseball Home Run Derby, All-Star Game. Mark your calendars for Monday and Tuesday next week.
ESPN Asheville.
All right, we're clear.
Thank you,
Your
sir.
mountain weather forecast.
Showers and thunderstorms will increase in coverage this afternoon. The high today, 6 degrees. More rain is possible this evening. And then a partly cloudy sky overnight with areas of fog as the low falls into the mid-60s. It'll be a wet Saturday with periods of showers and thunderstorms, especially during the afternoon with a high around 80s.
Oh, fun.
Actually,
Saturday evening with a low dropping to 65 overnight. Early sun will give way to afternoon thunderstorms on Sunday as the high approaches 89.
She was like,
This report is sponsored by Wendy's new Takis Fuego meal. Wendy's new Takis Fuego meal is here with a Takis.
I love that Gary Burt says he calls those meteorite games.
Today, limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
That is pretty good. I like that.
Or used under license.
All right, well, y'all have fun. Be safe.
Yes, sir. I told you I'll be like sliding into the show right at time Monday.
Or keep it to yourself.
Yes, yeah, you did.
Every weekday,
I'll be
right here.
Win $1,000 on ESPN
Monday.
Asheville. Is your truck wimpy?
Let's
Trailer
do
barely
our
hanging on?
first
Shed crumbling?
overreaction
Leonard Truck
Monday.
Outfitters, the largest truck outfitters in the
Biggest
South.
overreactions of
Your
the
gear,
offseason.
rugged bedliners, hardcore truck accessories, top quality trailers,
Teams
and
that are
sheds
thinking a
built to
move's gonna
last.
mean
With
too
over
much.
100 locations
Teams
and
that-
years of experience.
whatever.
Visit.
Yep.
And we'll just kick into that, and I can schedule it right
People
now.
just know they can save
That'll
hundreds
give
on
you a
home and
weekend
auto
to get
insurance
ready
by
and
checking
me a
Allstate
weekend to get
first.
ready and-
Like you know to check your house.
I'm with you.
The fact that we're just
Leaving for
you know,
vacation.
the green flag's going to drop, and they're probably the first words we
I'm
said
out
to
of
each
here.
other.
Oh,
We'll be
seriously,
okay.
the car too?
Yeah, checking first.
Right on.
So check
All right, brother.
Allstate first
Have a
for a
good
home and
weekend,
auto
and
bundle
I'll
that could
talk to
save
you
you
Monday.
hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.